Let's get to it. It's your boys. It's the odd couple. Kelvin Washington, Ephraim Salaam, who is in for Rob. Ephraim, he's already. And yo, would you call Atlanta your second home?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I like to show
there.
up on Magic City Mondays.
Yeah, and you know what? And it only makes sense. Well, our man is in Atlanta already.
I
Magic
had a glizzy
City,
in my mouth.
Monday's here. Magic City Wednesday in Atlanta, because if you've been keeping up with the show, what Rob has got, what he's got going on, if you keep up with him on social media,
it's Mentee night.
Mentee night. Ephraim, are you aware of that?
Mentee night at Magic City?
TNA night.
So that's what I've dubbed it, Mint TNA, because the man.
That's clever. That's clever.
I try. You know what I'm saying? I already told you I could write for some shows or something.
Okay,
he has taken a bunch of mentees to Magic City, and it started off. Now it's a big thing. We're talking 50 people, and it's a whole controversy within the NABJ realm of the world. So, so we'll see how Wednesday goes for our man. But Rob Parker, thankfully, he is in the ATL safe. There it is, right there. Look at the screen right there.
Wow,
Ephraim. Yeah. I kept telling him,
hey,
nobody's saying if that's the place you want to go, if that's where you want to freaking. No, it's nobody. It's 2026. Do what you want to do. You're a grown man. But we were all saying, Rob, maybe not bringing the, and just.
Hey, man.
But yeah.
Hey, look, when I got to Atlanta, I was exposed to a whole new world. Okay,
whole new.
Right. Sometimes that's what you need.
He turned into Aladdin out there. A whole new world,
man. Hey.
Hey. I tell you what, we got a great show lined up for you, man. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great week. Rob and I will be gone. We'll be in Atlanta, in a BJ. Ephraim will be in another couple of days. Rob G's going to be doing the shows throughout the week. I think Monty's in there. So it'll be a fun-packed week for sure. Let me welcome in my co-host for the day, E. What's up, man?
What's happening, brother? I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You had a bunch of tournaments this weekend, basketball stuff with kids?
Just one tournament.
Okay.
But it's good. It's winding down. School starts on Wednesday for those who are in public school system out here in Los Angeles. I know some of our high-dollar listeners and co-hosts, they do private school. But we're firm believers.
What? Don't do that. I already got to do enough with that with Rob G.
I didn't say you. I said some of the people in here. Okay. Spend yearly mortgages for multiple kids to go to school to learn the same thing that regular kids.
Hey, yo!
But that's not neither here nor there.
You might took a little too far with the same.
The same things. It's 1, 2.
What's different?
Buckle my shoe. 3, 4.
4. Better lock your 5. 6. All right. Anyway, no, I'm glad you're here. Yes, you're right. School is.
Yeah, it's starting. Not for you guys. You're after Labor Day, right?
First of all, I got a kid starting Wednesday.
Oh,
okay. I got so many of them.
Oh, so you're right. The youngest one. You like? I don't know if we're ready to spend that on you.
Nah, we're gonna stall that out another year or two.
We're gonna see if you deserve it, right?
She does.
If
but
you can't
write
yet,
year
then I can't pay for you to go to school.
Yeah, she got to earn it. We got to see what you got. You got any commercials going, girl? You done got on some TV spot? What you? The mother two had some commercials going in life. What you know? Big show lined up, of course. 877-99 on Fox. That's the number. You know that. K-Dub Live for myself, Ephraim Salaam for him, Odd Couple FSR. Ways to reach out. Check us out on YouTube. We are there right now, streaming live. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Find us there. Like, share, subscribe, thumbs up. Comment away. Shout out to the Odd Mob. Shout out to the YouTubians as well. That's right. We'll definitely get to them. Big show lined up, by the way. Jerry Harrison Jr., World Series champ. My dog, Sportsnet LA analyst. We're going to join us here, bottom of this hour. Next hour, our dog, Mike Hill, Fox Sports host, going to join us as well. And so we got a lot to get to, even some mixture of baseball, football, basketball, lots to get to. Welcome in the Odd Couple crew. Can't do this without them. We have, of course, Rob G, producer extraordinaire.
Blood Mexican.
He's going to have us straight throughout the show. DJ Ali Alex on the ones and twos.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Can I give a quick shout out to Ephraim, by the way?
Yeah.
My man showed up and got me a coffee today. What a legend.
We had a conversation.
I'm starting to feel like Alex. These shots are not at me, not at Ephraim, but at somebody else.
Look, man. When I come to someone, I'm a guest in someone's home. I'm gonna bring something. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, even people who are regulars don't necessarily bring nothing. That's all. I think that's what Alex is saying right there, loud and clear.
I consider myself a regular, but I'm still a guest until.
All right, well, don't overdo it because you here a few more days this week.
Well,
expectations get high.
I got my feet up on the couch, okay? I'm
all
just
right,
saying.
They get high. Alex going to be coming in expecting a whole 6 lattes and 20 Buffalo Wild
Not
Wings.
at all.
See, but what's going to happen is I'm going to flip it on them, and I'm going to M-drive them tomorrow. I'm like, yo, can you hook one of those M-drives up?
I got you.
Tomorrow. See that? See what we just did? We just did something there.
I like that.
Alex already knows them daggone M-Drive shots he does. He makes some shakes are amazing. We got Ilo, who's going to keep you updated throughout the show. So got you covered on all fronts. Let's get this show started right now. Rob G, a lot of people went to the Hall of Fame. A lot of people had great speeches, made you emotional. Some people had more jokey ones, like Adam Vinatieri was out there being a comedian, even took shots, but showed love mostly to one of Bill Belichick.
Yeah, the one person he took a lot of shots at was Bill Belichick. In case you missed it, here's a snippet of what Adam Vinatieri said during his Hall of Fame acceptance speech, taking shots at Double B. Take a listen.
Pat McAfee's here in the crowd today. Great to see you, brother. The only person who enjoyed holding my balls more than my wife. I would repeat those last few statements about Coach Bill Belichick as well. Thank you for demanding excellence every single day. Your preparation, discipline, and attention to detail shaped far more than my football career. Unfortunately, Bill couldn't make it here today. There's a lot going on at UNC right now. He may be on a recruiting trip right now looking for the next Lawrence Taylor. I thought it was because training camp had already started, but in truth, it's because he's judging his girlfriend's cheerleading competition.
All right, Ephraim, listen. Thanks to Adam Vinatieri, can I kick it? That's right. Shout out to the kickers. He now has brought up the conversation everybody's having again of, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, why wasn't Bill Belichick in, right? We had this conversation months ago when they announced the finalists, folks who were going to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. And we knew Bill Belichick had a chance to be, and he was not, did not get the 40 votes that he needed. And right there, controversy ensues. We have a bunch of conversations, but Adam Vinatieri, because he brings them back up, starts the conversation again of that should have been Bill Belichick because he should have been their first ballot Hall of Famer, right? When you mention all the stuff he does in football, all the titles he has as a head coach, not to mention the assistant to coaches when he was an assistant coach, defensive coordinator with the Giants, of course, should have had some there as well. The conversation begins, why wasn't he there again? And I got to go back to this. Look, you are a human being. You played in this league, but you're a human. I'm a human. And one of the things I think sometimes people forget is that on paper, 2 + 2 should be 4, but dang it, it ain't always 4. Because you get people who say, all right, Bill Belichick, former writers, former players, former all these people involved, folks who are already in the Hall of Fame, and they say, do I believe you were a good coach? Honestly, I do. Do I believe you deserve to be up in the Hall of Fame? Yes. But what I'm not going to do is put you in first ballot when I have issues with how you coach, or I have issues of how you led your team, or I have issues of the indiscretions with your team, with Spygate, of course, with Deflategate, with all these types of things, some of the players you picked up, all the news you heard about Aaron Hernandez, yet you still chose to get him because you said, dang it, screw all that, he can play. And I think all of those things came back to bite him in the butt, even though, Ephraim, we all know he is a dynamic coach. We all know that he created a culture there. Guys came to that team, they locked in, they got focused, and they were able to compete, whether they were guys who were through the farm system, if you will, drafted and brought up like a Tom Brady, or if they were just guys they went and got, mercenaries. Everybody capitulated, everybody jumped in and understood that way. And a tune of a bunch of rings, a handful +1. And at the end of the day, though, I think people said, I'm going to get you in, I'm going to vote you in, but not this year, so you can have something. Some type of blemish on your record that shows, yeah, we know you were good. Yeah, your teams are great, but we're not letting you in unscathed. And I think that was a reminder over the weekend just of that, hey, we can't stop you from getting in the sense that it would be ridiculous and none of us will have votes ever again because, if we continue to go down this line. But we ain't going to have you in here first ballot. We're not going to have you foolproof without a chink in your armor. And I think that's what it is. I think it's ridiculous in the sense that if he's in, Ephraim, especially him. This isn't a questionable guy where another stat comes up and we go, oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Or, oh, when you do put it that way. Bill Belichick's been in since like 2008. So now that he's not in first ballot, to me, it's ridiculous to play that game because he's in or he's not. If he's in, then put the man in. You can talk all the smack you want. I didn't want to put him in, but I did because of this. I know he's in, but I want to make sure I do say that I don't like some of the stuff he did. But if you're not going to put him in, then don't. Or if you are eventually, which is stupid, then just put him in the first time, Ephraim.
Well, I'll tell you this, and we've seen this happen a couple times, most notably T.O.
Yep.
Right? There is no question that T.O. is quite arguably the second best or third best receiver ever to play. When you look at his numbers, you look the competitive spirit he brought to a team. Why didn't he get in the first ballot? Because he rubbed people the wrong way.
Yep.
He did things his way. It didn't always align with other people. And so this is their way of bringing you down a notch, taking you down a peg. And I think when you talk about Bill Belichick and all the things he's accomplished, but the shroud and the cloud of controversy around him that when by any means, even if we, Spygate, Deflategate, a lot of gates going on, that gates open and gates close, right? This gate closed on first ballot Hall of Fame, right? But the gates open to those Super Bowls he won, which may or may not be won through things that people would frown on, cheating. And so this is the only way the voting community can punish or take a stand against something. Now, not saying they know he's probably going to get in next year, but they didn't want it to be this year coming, you're eligible, you get in, your record is one thing, but the fact that you rub people the wrong way, he rubbed, if you listen to the players who leave there, they respect him because he's a winning coach. But if he had that demeanor and he treated players the way he treated them and didn't win, then we'd be talking about he's the worst coach in the world. The fact that you got one of the greatest quarterbacks, if not the greatest quarterback, to buy into your system for 20 years almost, that helped the Belichick way be a thing. Now think about it like this. Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He's been who he's been. I think one time he got Patriot of the Week or something like that. And all of the time he's been there leading that team, I remember towards the end, he finally got the Patriot of the Week ball, and it was a big thing. Imagine if Tom Brady was like, after year 6, I'm good. I don't feel appreciated. I'm going somewhere else. Then what would Bill Belichick's legacy be? So I think a lot of the success that Bill had is tied into what Tom Brady was able to do, because right when he left, he went somewhere else and got someone else a Super Bowl championship trophy. And Bill Belichick didn't make the playoffs and had struggled and now is out of the league. So I think all of that comes into account, but the arrogance of the press conferences, the way you treated members of the media, the way you treated some players, and the way you scoffed at, turn your nose up at the governing bodies of the NFL, I think this was the voters' chance to say, hey, let's bring him down a peg, right? Let's bring him down a notch, and they'll probably let him in. And the same thing they did with T.O. Now, T.O. chose that next year not to even go to the ceremony. I'm going to do it in my hometown. I think it was at his high school or something like that. And I understand that. I understand exactly why T.O. was mad, because everything he's done in terms of numbers, in terms of winning, in terms of being there as a teammate, and people who were teammates with T.O. will tell you he was a great teammate. Right? Don't let the media and the outside voices tell you what type of person he is. Complete opposite is for Bill Belichick. Right? If you listen to some snickering that comes out in the book and the this and everybody's taking shots at him, that'll let you know, like, you bought into the system because you were winning. And you were winning in that system because Tom Brady bought into the system. Gronk was the only person that got to have a personality and be himself.
True.
He was the only one that got to step out and be himself with no recourse.
I want to throw this at you and answer this on the other side for me. Twofold. One, I just think when we do this, and Rob G knows I've said this before on these types of conversations, it gets a little tricky because you know who's eligible next year? Ben Roethlisberger. And it's like, all right, on talent alone on the field, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Do you?
Of course, yes.
Right. But once we start doing the whole like other stuff, Antonio Brown, again, on paper, absolutely. Now, again, we know how receivers get treated, right? Torrey Holt's still not in. Took forever for some other guys. But my point is, it starts to be, okay, is this all the stuff that came with AB, or is it just AB the player? So I think it gets really tricky when you start doing that. So I do want you to respond to that. And also, too, when it comes to Bill Belichick and what they got caught up in, is it a matter of that he was caught? Because I don't believe what he did and some of the stuff the Patriots did was far away from what other coaches. Jimmy Johnson admitted. So and some other coaches and players admitted, boy, we was doing some wild stuff too. They just didn't get caught. Commonplace? Exactly. How commonplace is that? I want to ask you that on the other side as well. It is the odd couple. Ephraim Salaam in for Rob, Kelvin Washington, your boys on a Magic City Monday, 877-99 on Fox. If you do want to hop in on this, if we got time, we'll take some calls on it as well. Jerry Harrison Jr. coming up. So a lot to get to on this Magic City Monday. Stick with your boys. It's Fox Sports Radio.
And, Kelvin, we know the football started, preseason, exhibition football, whatever you want to call it, last night. Let's start there.
Yeah, we ended up listen, for those who just wanted any semblance of football, any football action, wanted to, have that, like, football feel, well, you got it. And you got it in a surprisingly, good game. The Carolina Panthers beat the Arizona Cardinals 33-30 on a last-second drive there from the Panthers. Their rookie quarterback, Haynes King, I like that name, ran it all the way into the end zone to win that game. He had 180 yards, a couple of touchdowns, looked good, 39 rushing yards. Kenny Pickett looked pretty solid in the start as well.
Well, that tells you all you need to know is that Kenny Pickett looked good.
You already know about that.
So you have to discount the whole thing.
Throw it all away. And then big other conversation was rookie quarterback Carson Beck, obviously a big pick, and a lot of people looking at him. And Cardinals got rid of Kyler Murray. Like, this is supposed to be their franchise moving forward. He looked good. 15-19, Rob, $188, a touchdown. He led on 3 scoring drives for them. He played into the third quarter, so good look for him. But the walk away, the conversation really is, surprisingly, a lot of people, like, you know how it goes. Nobody was really texting about it. I didn't really get too many crazy, you seeing this. And the conversation becomes, where are you with the preseason? You in? You excited just to take any little, like I said, semblance of football? Does it matter to you for the teams, or is it a kind of a waste of our time and effort?
I'm out on preseason football. I'm sorry. The coaches are out on preseason football. Go look at the Rams and these other teams where they don't play their players. They don't even care. So if they don't care and you could have a regular season and the Rams are the favorite and they're not playing their people, why in the world would I care? I don't care. It doesn't mean that I can't watch the highlights or we need to talk about it or something. Right. But am I invested in it? Am I going to break my neck to watch preseason football? I don't know. Kelvin, I've been covering the NFL since 1987. I've been to plenty of preseason games, and they are boring. Football is a great, exciting game. Preseason football is awful. No thanks. No mas. Not interested. I'm just not. It doesn't move the needle for me. And the only people who are really got their eye on it, if you bet last night, and if you're into gambling, they might have bet it last night because they just want some action. They can't wait for the season to start. But Kelvin, if you take something away from it and you want to tell me that Kenny Pickett now is a viable quarterback because he had a great preseason game or buy into any of that, I just can't.
No. I'm not big on preseason. In fact, increasingly less. I think when I was younger, you just, again, it was like you're cracked out, right? I just take anything. Give me any football. But now, again, with obviously life, you grows older. I got, life and kids and jobs and all that. It's like, all right, I'll catch in and check in a little bit. And I think also, Rob, we have too much evidence over the years where teams used to go back when remember it was 4 preseason games, and teams would go 4-0. And you're like, oh, shoot. And then it's the Lions, and they end up not winning anything.
That year the Lions went 4-0. And they went 0-16 that year.
Yeah, whatever, Rob. I know, okay? I know. Saying. So you see that, and then you see some teams go 0-4 and they're dag near the Super Bowl. So I don't take too much stock. I get the desire to get your big rookies in there, to get some young guys, maybe first year, second year guys, or even new. Maybe if you got a new player that's young and you want to get them acclimated, get them some game, live bullets, if you will. Totally get that. But overall, I think increasingly less we're going to see guys starting their starters playing. Big-time players playing, because it's a long season, Rob. We're now at 17 weeks. Daggone it, they're talking about 18 weeks before you know it. And I think coaches are just saying, man, I got to have my guys as healthy and as ready for the regular season as possible. Now, with that may come some rusty week 1 and 2 games, right? Where teams get a little more acclimated now.
You'd rather be rusty than injured, wouldn't you?
100%, right? So I think you're going to see, we've seen it over the last couple of years, teams a little rusty, still working through the kinks. Offensive line aren't quite as in sync as they normally would be. I think you'll see that. And so, I don't pay much attention to it, obviously. You might get a game of there here too where a starting group plays a couple of drives, and that'll be fun to just see some bigger names. But for the most part, I'm not into it, and you're not going to see that. And last point, the interesting thing about it, Rob, is we've talked about this the last couple of years that I've been on this show. You know who acts like it is the regular season? NFL teams, because they're charging you parking like it's regular season. They're charging you prices to get in, dag near, like it's regular season for preseason games. And they're acting – and they look at that as a great opportunity to get some regular home season game money. Hey, Fox Sports Radio, Magic City Monday. Your boys, Kelvin Washington Ephraim Salaam, who's in for Rob, who is already enjoying some Magic City Monday down in Atlanta. I'm not so sure, Ephraim and Rob G, that he waited until Wednesday. Why wouldn't he go today? You
got a tissue for me?
Very well could be. And we got Jerry Harrison Jr. in a few minutes or so. We'll talk to him. Dodgers, man, struggling right now. We'll chop it up with him about that and whatever else is happening in MLB. By the way, truck and bus drivers are trained professionals, but the bigger the vehicle, the bigger the blind spots. Don't linger, pass with purpose, or give the vehicle space. Stay visible, stay safe. America's pros rely on you. Paid for by FMCSA. So, Ephraim, I asked you, we're talking about Bill Belichick not being in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, Adam Vinatieri had a good time roasting him, but ultimately paid him the utmost respect. So I asked you, a couple of things. One, just how do we, and this happens in any sport, like how do we navigate, it's happening in baseball. It happens just where the personal, like this guy was a bad guy with the media, or this guy had a couple of DUIs or domestic violence case or whatever, but he was amazing. And he was a Hall of Fame worthy talent. How do we handle that? Second part of it was I was asking you too. You played 13 years in the league. Please admit that teams will find at all costs ways to take advantage. The ultimate, like most things in life, just don't get caught.
So you want me to snitch on national radio?
I didn't say the Falcons or the Lions
YouTube.
or
No. What you said, what you just said is, yo, E, I know you one of them dudes, right? I know you got credit all over the country, all over the world. But let's step you outside of yourself and just tell on everybody.
You don't want,
and you don't have to say names. Just tell. That what you want?
One came on this side of the mic. Come on, journalist.
I'm on this side of the mic. All right.
Come on, journalist.
And what I'll tell you is, the Patriots and Bill Belichick got caught for doing things that were deemed inappropriate and gave them an unfair advantage.
Okay.
Spygate was they were filming last-minute walkthroughs and game time adjustments of the greatest show on turf, the Rams, prior to their Super Bowl. Deflategate. The balls are supposed to be at a certain PSI. Everyone knows that. Allegedly, Tom Brady likes his a little bit different. So you had a guy that you fired and blamed, just like the video guy you fired and blamed, deflate all the footballs. Policy has been implemented, and rules, now you can't even have the ball. Like you can't even have access to the balls anymore until right at game time.
Right.
All of these things have been changed because the Patriots got caught doing what they do. All I can speak on is the information that we have.
Okay.
As a member of the media, that's my job. I can't speculate. I can't just start randomly throwing things out there, and I will not.
Okay.
I will say, if you do decide to skirt the rules, don't get caught.
All right. We will take the innuendo with that.
I don't. You can innuendo, out the window, whatever you want to do with the window.
No, we ain't gonna throw it out the window. We're gonna take that. We're gonna take it for what it is. But that's and that's like, I love Jimmy Johnson. A couple other coaches have come out here. Hey man, we was trying to do everything. You know, we just and I think that's naive for people to act like they don't know that. It's just like the whole steroids are. So Pudge Rodriguez had a nickname Pudge for a reason. And then when he all of a sudden all the list comes out, all the stuff, the man came back skinnier than Rob G. Like, what in the world is? Come on, like, what we doing here? Once he got off them daggone roids.
Rob, why are you taking shots at me?
Well,
I'm just in here eating my tuna sandwich.
Rob G used to be the type of person I felt good with. We got to get into it. I ain't saying he got to knock everybody up. He can hold his own. I don't know so much more. This man is
where are you where you about to fight somebody? Kelvin.
I can answer
17
that.
Children.
I can answer
a family man in the church or every weekend on the weekends at the gated community private school. Where are you fighting?
Hanging with Rob Parker. He done said some wild stuff.
I
gotta keep
now you got a point. You got a point.
I gotta keep that.
Never mind, I take it back. Rob, you better get your weight up, man. They gonna need you out there in them streets.
Hey, I tell Rob G all the time. Every time we go to the Super Bowl, I'm like, all that stuff, even about our own people. Like somebody, I have a couple of shots in them, and be like, Rob Parker, I'm sick of your mouth. And next thing I know, I can't let my dog go out like that. No.
Oh.
Hell no.
So you.
Hence why it'll be me.
Oh.
And I ain't fought in years, but now so I try to
Alex
keep my weight
can
up
fight,
a little
so
bit.
Alex will be there to protect you
Alex
guys.
don't ever come nowhere with us.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Good luck.
That's different from I don't get invited.
Oh, whoa.
It's not that I don't go. I don't get invited.
Well,
Rob G, thank God
it was
you're
my
here,
show.
you can
I
vouch.
I know
invite
you would.
Alex.
I know you would.
Yeah, no, but that's just me.
He wouldn't come though, by the way.
For Ephraim, I would.
Hit the Kamala Harris. Don't come. He wouldn't come. He wouldn't come. On the other side, we got Jerry Harrison Jr. We're chopping up with him. What the heck is wrong with the Dodgers? Right now, Isaac Lowenkron, going to get you updated. What's up, Ilo?
By the way, I really like that new phrase I was just introduced to. Innuendo? Out the window?
Yep.
Yes.
That's catchy.
Strong to quite strong right there.
I will also just contribute my 2 cents to the discussion that you guys just had. My philosophy is...
You've got to have a fall guy.
Yes.
You do.
No fall guys needed in Dallas because star defensive lineman Quinnen Williams has agreed to a 3-year, $106 million extension through the 2030 campaign. Former Cowboy and present Green Bay Packer linebacker Micah Parsons, meanwhile, saying today that the most optimistic date for him to return to action would be Week 6 of the regular season. against, of course, the Cowboys. It's slated for Sunday Night Football Week 6 at Lambeau Field. Parsons, of course, recovering from a torn ACL suffered in Week 15 of last season. Veteran quarterback Teddy Bridgewater officially announced his retirement today on Instagram. He had been slated to be the backup quarterback to Jared Goff with the Detroit Lions. Chicago Bears signed receiver and returner Ray McLeod. Patriots traded guard Caden Wallace to the Dolphins for a draft pick. 2 Major League Baseball games going on right now. An RBI single by Bo Bichette has staked the New York Mets to a 1-0 lead at Atlanta in the top of the first inning. In Toronto, no score between the Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox, destined for the bottom of the second. Guys, all yours.
All right, Ilo. Thank you. It's
Ilo.
the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. We got Jerry Harrison Jr. coming up here in a little bit as well. We've got a whole bunch to get to next hour. I mentioned it. Mike Hill's going to join us and a bunch of other topics we need to get to, WNBA, the NBA. But I do want you to answer that last one. How the heck do you start to decipher, Ephraim, when, again, you know, this guy did that guy did that. Even you, let's say all of a sudden you become a voter. It could be even MVP. It could be Hall of Fame. But just, are you going to be one of those, I'm only going what will happen in between the lines? Or are you going to be it's the full spectrum, right? You're representing us as a whole. I used to play in this league. All of it matters. And how you do things off the field and conduct yourself matters as well.
I think it's a life lesson. I think the way you treat people and the way you handle situations, I think, ties into it. It's about being a good human, right? Being somebody actually wants to be around.
Facts. All right, we appreciate that, man. Let's get to Jay Hare right now. Jerry Harrison Jr. Of course, you see him on Sportsnet LA covering the Dodgers. Jay Hare, what's up, good brother?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Good, brother.
Doing good, man. World Series champ with us on the Odd Couple. Ephraim is in for Rob, myself, Kelvin Washington. Jay Hare, we got to go into let's get straight to it, man. Is this a normal lull? It happens. Offensive slumps, team, you lose some. Or the Dodgers struggling right now and you're a bit concerned? Where are you?
I'm not concerned. There's no secret. They are struggling, especially offensively. They're averaging around 3.5 runs per game the last 10 games or so. That's not going to get it done. They got to be better offensively. They know that. But honestly, the way they're playing right now, I thought they would play this way to start the season, especially after this team has played so many meaningful games the last several years, and especially the last 2 years, being back-to-back champs, starting out the season, being the first team playing in Korea. Then you have that long season, win the World Series, have a short off season, open up in Japan, first team playing to start the year, have a long season, and then we play 7 games, 7 grueling games, and really to the mind and body, it was like 15 games to win the World Series. So I thought they would get a little bit of a hiccup, get out of the gates really, really slow. But they actually played pretty well out of the gates. But I think now they're starting to wear down a little bit mentally, physically, and also it's called the dog days of August in our sport for a reason. And the players are experiencing that right now. That said, they got to grind. They got to battle and figure out a way to win some ball games because right now they're a wild card team as far as they could win the division, but they're going to be in the wild card series like they were last year. And again, that's going to be a lot more games played in the postseason, so they got to play good baseball and get at least a top 2 seed.
Okay, so what's the fix, Jerry? What is the fix? When you look at their bats, sometimes they can be a little anemic. I think they're right at the top of the league of not cashing in on players in scoring position. And they also are second in the league and giving up double plays. What needs to happen offensively for especially the top of the order to really turn this thing around?
Well, first of all, the things you stated right there, it's dead on. We better be better at that because if we don't get better at that, meaning leading the league in double plays, meaning you're getting wiped out, having inning-ending double plays to kill a rally, that kills us and obviously gives momentum to the other side. Being better at situational hitting. You can score runs, especially at the big league level, without even getting a hit. So I think they need to be better at situational hitting, getting guys in from third base, moving the guy over from second to third, cashing in on those opportunities. And one thing that's really kind of stood out to me, especially the last couple of weeks, we've been a pretty bad base running team, which is shocking to me. We're a veteran team. Base running getting picked off here or there, which is really you haven't really seen the Dodgers play this way on the bases for quite some time. That needs to get cleaned up. I think it will. Again, that kind of maybe get into that mental fatigue a little bit, not concentrating as much right now because subconsciously, right now isn't the time to really turn it up. And we as Dodger fans say, okay, we want our guys to be playing their best baseball when? End of September, heading into the postseason. So the Dodgers are making sure they're not playing their best baseball right now.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They're knocking it out right now, Jay Harris. Just like, all right, let's just play bad now so we get it rolling in September, October, and hopefully November. Jerry Harrison Jr., World Series champ, Sportsnet LA analyst, on with the Odd Couple on the Magic City Monday. The other side of this, of course, is the Shohei Ohtani situation. We know how much he desires to pitch. Jay Harris, you know this better than most. It matters to him. It's not just a novelty. He really wants to be that type of player, but it's just starting to seem that pitching and hitting is banging him up. We don't know how long he's going to be out now. You got Dave Roberts saying maybe when he does come back, if he were to pitch, it's just going to be in some type of relief role or a starter, but not a full game kind of pitcher. What do you make of Shohei? Just go through the season where he's been spectacular. I mean, if he played more innings, pitched more innings, might have been a Cy Young candidate. But now the idea of maybe using him sparingly.
Yeah, I like that idea, especially with that knee. We don't want that knee to pop up again. So obviously he's running better. He's feeling a lot more comfortable with that knee. But I like the idea of using him as an opener. Maybe start the game, give him 1 or 2 innings in September, do the same thing in the postseason, have maybe a guy like Robleski piggyback right after him, or maybe a guy that's more of a veteran guy that's done it before in the past. So he definitely wants to pitch, but the main thing is he wants to win. So he's not going to jeopardize us winning another championship by him being hurt on the mound. So if you see him on the mound, he's going to be 100%, or at least close to 100%, to helping us win. Bottom line, of course he wants to pitch. Of course he wants to hit. But he came in here, like Kobe, to win rings, plural. He already has 2. He's seeking a 3rd one, and he's trying to get it this year.
Let me ask you, how much has the Will Smith injury hurt the Dodgers? We know how important catchers are to a team, the flow of the offense, the flow of the defense, all of these things, his hitting power, his ability to work with the pitchers, to command the calls. How much has that hampered them? Because he's been out for quite some time now, and no one really knows with this neck injury when he'll be back.
Well, I hope that he is back. I heard that he's getting better, and hopefully he's starting to work his way back. He's vital to our team. I call him America's catcher for a reason. In my opinion, the last 5 years, he's been the most consistent catcher in all of baseball, both offensively, defensively. He anchors our staff, making sure everybody is confident when they're come out of the bullpen if you're a reliever, or as a starter. He does a great job calling the game. Incredible in the run game, meaning he stifles the other teams stealing bases because he's got an incredible, strong, accurate throwing arm. And oh, by the way, I've said this before, guys. Will Smith is one of the most clutch athletes, not just baseball players, clutch athletes that we've had in this generation. Time after time, he's had big hit after big hit throughout the regular season and in the playoffs and World Series. We all talk about Miguel Rojas' game-tying home run last year, rightfully so. That was incredibly clutch. Who won the World Series last year on a home run? I'll give you one guess. Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay? So Will Smith is vital to our offense as well. He crushes left-handed pitching, and he gets clutch hits. So he makes our lineup go as well. So we got to get Will Smith back healthy because he's very important to all we do, both offense and defense.
Hey, I want to get you out of here on this one, unless Ephraim has another one, Jay Hare. Me and Rob talked about this last week, just the idea of Mike Trout. And I said, I feel like at times he's complacent. Like I know I play hard. I know I'm good. I'm in the Hall of Fame. It's low-key being an Angel. It's not the same pressure being a Dodger, as you know, Jay Hare. You see Shohei comes right up the highway. Now he's a Dodger. Scrutiny. It's praise. It's the whole thing because he's a Dodger, and they had a bunch of success. And my point was, And Rob said he was selfish in the sense that not he the person, but baseball fans get robbed of never seeing him play in the postseason. And now he just kind of seems like he's just okayed that for the next, like, I'm just going to ride this thing out. What do you make of that? Should he have at some point said, I've given you guys my all for 12, 13 years at the time? Now he's up to like 15, 16 years, whatever it is. But and move on and try to go back to the area he's from, Philly, be a Yankee, be a Dodger, be something where he can compete and show off his talent so we could all see it. You know the last time he played in the playoffs, do you know what it was, J.R.?
I don't think – has he ever played in the playoffs? I don't
2014.
Wow.
Really?
2014 for arguably the best player, first, second, or third of his generation, last 20, 25 years. Oof. And that's our point. Wow. We've been robbed of seeing him in high-stake moments, big moments. He would have been. How do you assess where we are with Mike Trout?
Well, first of all, I don't know Mike Trout personally. I only said hey to him at the stadium here or there. I did play against him when he first came up. He was absolutely electric as a player. You know, we crush players, you know, athletes, team hopping, going team to team. Mm-hmm. You know, there's something to be said. He signed a contract with the Angels. He came up with the Angels. He's loyal for the Angels. So how can I fault him for that? You know, he's going to live and die with the Angels. He signed a contract. He doesn't want to just jump ship. So I can't really criticize him for that. Now, I do agree with you. We have been robbed of seeing Mike Trout play in the postseason. I would have loved to see him play in the postseason. But here's the thing. This is why it's so important. And I say it all the time, too. It is so hard to win in baseball. And I don't care how much money you got, the Dodgers do it the right way. The Angels got a ton of money. Tons of money. They had Shohei Ohtani. They had Josh Hamilton, Albert Pujols, Mike Trout. They had tons of stars, but for whatever reason, they could never win. It's a culture. The Mets have a ton of money. Tons of money. Yeah. Have they won anything in recent years?
Nope. They look horrible.
No. The Yankees, incredible franchise. Right now, first-class organization. I love playing for the Yankees. Yankees, they do it right. But even they spent a ton of money. Have they won? The last time they won a World Series was 2009. They were being led by Derek Jeter, Jerry Harrison Jr., A-Rod, Mariano Rivera. That's the last time they won a World Series. So it's tough winning. It's tough winning, period. So I can't fault Mike Trout.
You got a little carried away, Jay. You said led by.
What was that?
You said led by. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, you threw yourself up in there. I see what you did. I like how you threw that up in there.
Hey, man. Jerry, don't listen to him. Live in your greatness. Right? Live in your greatness, Jerry.
It's called greatness of delusion.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He slid it in smooth, Ephraim. He just slid it in.
He's earned boom. That.
After he was before A-Rod. Jay Hare, we got to run, man. Appreciate you as always, my brother.
Yeah, if Alex is listening, Alex, I'm sorry. You know I'm just kidding.
Jay Hare, man, always great, brother. I'll be doing some pre and post for the 29th. Hopefully you're there. Appreciate you, Jay Hare. All right, on the other side, just more of that conversation. What the heck? I know you keep up with the Dodgers too, Ephraim. Where are they right now, and what to do with Shohei if and when he were to come back? We'll do that. It's the Odd Couple. You got Kelvin Washington. You got Ephraim in for Rob. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio. This is, Rob, we've been talking about this now. Dagner year, Pablo Torre ain't playing around. So Pablo Torre finds out his podcast on the latest episode there that apparently that aspiration deal that Kawhi was, had allegedly isn't the only one. So scoreboard manufacturer Daktronics, they built that $100 million video board. Which, by the way, I still haven't been to the Intuit Dome. I know you've been there a handful of times. The Clippers Intuit. Yeah,
just spectacular.
So the company that built all those screens in there, and they had apparently hired Kawhi to a multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal for which he has done, of course, no work, and that is according to Pablo Torre, and of course he has some sources. One at a high-level source said under contract for Into a Dome went on to say that he's 1,000% sure that they were circumventing the salary cap when it comes to this.
Okay.
So people with it, yeah, and they went on to say real quick that they're not a company that you would see a celebrity endorser for. It wasn't coming out on their end. The Clippers were technically kind of funding it, and it was funneling money from the Clippers to Daktronics back to Kawhi.
I'll let you start. Where are you on this? Because
so
you know where I'm going to make my case.
I do know where you are, and
I'd rather hear
totally
from you.
Get where you are. My main issue, to just a little bit, the contrast that I think of where you're going to go is, if you're Adam Silver and the whole point of the collective bargaining agreement, right? You get the owners, you get the players, they all come together, and we all agree. Y'all say, all right, we all agree on this certain amount of money, certain amount of dollars is what you have to spend. I think it's like nearly $200 million, whatever it is. And here are the rules. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can't do. And the point is to make it fair for all teams so that everybody's on the up and up and they all have a chance to compete. And so if you have teams that are circumventing that, and to me, this is where I have issue with Kawhi. If this was just a scenario where he said, hey, I'm Clippers, I want to come back to L.A., I'm from Riverside, which is, right outside L.A., and help me out, and all right, we'll figure it out, let's get you there. And, oh, yeah, we got this thing, some endorsement, and Kawhi was just kind of, I don't know. He and Uncle Dennis, specifically Uncle Dennis, when you go back to the Raptors, tried to pull this move off with the Raptors. And the Raptors said, no, we love you. We won a championship with you. We want you to extend the contract, stay with us, but we ain't doing no shady stuff. And then for them to just go to L.A., and not just go on the up and up and say, hey, we'll come only if you signed a regular contract with the NBA on the up and up. And then we do some shady stuff. And that's where you get into the aspiration deal. And now we're finding out allegedly about this Daktronic deal. So I feel Kawhi Leonard is absolutely responsible because if Uncle Dennis is representing you, you're all in, you go for this, you sign on, you're getting reaping the benefits for it, and ain't had to do no work. Clearly, you're a part of it. Now, clearly, Steve Ballmer is a part of this as well, and he and the organization for being the ones funneling the money, going with this, as paying aspiration, again, this random company, which looks like it might have been a shell company, and now Daktronics, which, yeah, we built your screen, but you're putting a little extra dough in there so that we can get us to Kawhi for another sponsorship and endorsement, which he ain't did nothing for. This is where you got to make sure you lever the hammer if you're Adam Silver. My last point, but, and it's a big but, we talking maybe Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion.
I was going to say Bathsheba, but.
Bathsheba? It ain't happening, Rob. Steve Ballmer is not about to get in crazy trouble. We talk about it all the time. Richest owner in the league.
Yep.
Just built this beautiful Into a Dome. Adam Silver doesn't come down on anybody about anything, and so nothing's going to happen. And I also think the owners, Rob, I think the owners who would have to get involved in this, I don't think they want to make a big fuss about it if Adam Silver doesn't say to owners, hey, what do you guys want to do? Because I think they got skeleton in their closets. I think they've got some things that they've done, and I don't think Kawhi is the only one that has partaken into some of this shady going on with some extra money, some random endorsements, and I think they're like, look, just find Steve Ballmer a couple bucks. He's got it. He's good for it. Maybe Kawhi has to, miss a few games, and we move on. Because I don't want you to start lifting up our rocks, lifting up under our bed, looking in our closets and finding out what we got going on. Because I feel that there has to be some more of this. Now, I'm not saying every team, but some more. And if you're the owners and you start picking on Steve Ballmer, he's going to start looking at y'all too.
See, here's my issue. This isn't about Kawhi Leonard. It just isn't. Steve Ballmer and the Clippers organizations are the ones who have to follow the rules. You just brought it up, Kelvin. Kawhi asked for some monkey business with the Raptors. They said no, thank you, but no, thank you. Thanks for the championship, but we're not going down that road. This is not about Kawhi. I don't care what anybody says.
It's your birthday. Our couple, Kelvin Washington Ephraim Salaam, who is in for Rob, who is out there in Atlanta. I'll be there. Well, I leave tomorrow night, so a little overnight, a little red eye. But it should be a good week. So enjoy this week. You got Ephraim, you got Rob G, you got Monty in, so still be holding down the fort. Big shout out to Jerry Harrison Jr. for chopping it up with us, World Series champ, Sportsnet LA analyst. We'll get that up on the podcast as well. And speaking of, if you miss any of today's show, you can always check out the podcast. A lot of people do. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your pods. Follow it, rate it 5 stars, give us a review, all that good stuff. We greatly appreciate it. So again, search The Odd Couple where you get your pods. Find the best of version, a full version as well. Rob G will get that up here shortly. Ephraim, before we go out, like we were talking about with Jerry, man. Oh, go ahead, Rob G. Yeah.
But no, more important, we don't care about Shohei Ohtani. We did 7 minutes on Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Have you seen the group chat that's going on right now, Kelvin Washington? From Rob Parker.
No, I saw the text, but I was, I'm using that phone for
Ephraim, you'll be the objective because you're not in the group chat, so it's okay.
All right, let me see this.
Yeah, you guys won't let me in, but okay, go ahead.
It's fine.
Okay, I'm looking at it. What about it?
Me, Dub, Alex, Elijah, and our boss, Scott Shapiro, and Rob Parker sends a 16-inch glizzy.
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
In the group chat. No context, just, hey, look how big this sausage is that I'm about to eat right now. Fair or foul? Fair or foul for the glizzy cobbler to say something like that.
That is a foul ball.
You know what, Alex? You might feel me on this. You know I'm the first person to roast him, but I'm going to stall him out. Our man has been doing 6 months, whatever it's been, of eating right, doing right. Let that man put the glizzy and the buns in his mouth.
Oh, wait a minute. Pause. Wait 1 second.
Hey, yo!
No, I'll resume. I want to see where this goes.
Pack that dude up, son. Pack him up, son.
Resume, Alex. We know he ain't had buns in a long time.
No buns.
First of all, flagrant. Just flags all around on the play.
My man needs some buns.
What is happening out here?
The man ain't had buns.
No
He
buns.
been going state to state with no buns.
Rob, you're okay.
couch.
You're okay with this, Rob? Okay. Well, if the executive producer is like, let's roll with it, then let's get it. Let's get it.
So listen.
Okay.
We finally, at least the glizzy and the bun are together, Alex.
He needed this. He's been Ephraim. Hold on. His biggest thing this last 6 months has been a boneless couch. He needs this.
Yeah, he needs this.
He needs this.
He does.
Yeah, so
He
I'm
needs
a
Mentee
glizzy in his mouth.
99.99999% of the time, y'all know I would have been roasting him. You know I'd have had the jokes. I'ma stall him out. He's done well.
Yep.
He hasn't eaten. He ain't been getting
Oh my
buns on the
God, that's
road.
out of control. Oh no,
Yeah,
nope, nah.
Okay, Ephraim.
No.
Let me say this though.
No.
Ephraim. No, Ephraim.
No.
This is everybody got choices. Ephraim, listen. You might agree. What if he sent it with no buns, just straight meat? You see what
All
I'm
right.
saying? Look at you. Now
Coming
you
up
think
next.
differently.
Pause.
Mike, I know significantly more about dating than sports. I'm very well capable of doing like a relationship show.
Okay, go.
I think early on in a relationship, you need to go to a comedy club with someone.
Okay.
You need to see what she laughs at, because if she doesn't laugh at sophomoric jokes or any type of naughty jokes, you might be. If the comedian tells a naughty joke and she's like, ew,
Maybe she's not for you.
then you might immediately be like, then we're not. If those type of jokes make her go, ugh, then not for me. I think you have to take a girl to teppanyaki, hibachi. And when the hibachi chef goes around and he tries to see if someone wants to catch the little cut up piece of vegetable or the shrimp, if a girl's like, ew, no, I look at that as like, you're not fun enough to be with me.
Wow.
I will disqualify
it's an indicator
her.
of playful, right?
I'm going to call that that's a reach. But
It's an indicator of like she's not fun. I think before you take someone very seriously, you need to see all her friends, because I made the mistake once of dating a good-looking girl and then seeing like she was a good-looking girl amongst a posse of like models, and I would have chose differently had I seen all her friends first.
That's very shallow.
Always
Congratulations.
see her friends first. You know, people love to be like, marriage and relationships are really hard. I don't think they should be. I've been in hard relationships. If you're with someone that you click the right way, of course you're going to have your little battles and struggles, but I don't think marriage should be hard. I think marriage should be two people that are teammates that are really working towards a goal, and most of the time you get along. If you look at like your day-to-day, marriage is tough. Why would you want to be in that? I don't think marriage should be hard. Well, I think marriage should be...
If I may.
Yes.
Life is hard enough.
Yeah.
Your marriage should not contribute to that. It should help the hardships that you're going through.
Happy wife, happy life is a terrible phrase. It really is.
It just rhymes. I agree with you.
There's another one that rhymes.
Happy spouse, happy house. You need to make each other happy and make yourself happy.
Sure.
Because the happy man, that's the plan.
See, now you're selfish the other way.
Fair enough.
But I'm saying, I hate that when some old guy inevitably stands up at a wedding. Could I have the microphone? Uncle Hank. Everyone here just want to give advice to the newlyweds. Hey, Dylan, you know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. No, lame. I worry about her happiness, but you got to worry about yours. So
Rich has a sign in his kitchen that says, "Happy dude, make me food, woman."
In Major League Baseball, the New York Mets scored 5 runs in the top half of the first inning this evening at Atlanta on an RBI single by Bo Bichette and then a grand slam by Brett Beatty. Braves came back with 2 in the bottom of the first inning, so it's the Mets up 5-2 in Atlanta now in the top half of the second inning. In Toronto, the Blue Jays and Red Sox scoreless now in the top of the fourth. In St. Louis, no score between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Cardinals in the bottom half of the first. NFL media reported today that Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman Quinnen Williams has agreed to a 3-year, $106 million extension through 2030. Packers linebacker Micah Parsons said today that the most optimistic date for him to return to action would be Week 6 of the regular season. Of course, that is against the Dallas Cowboys at Lambeau Field. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
That's right. It is the Odd Couple, hour number 2. Kelvin Washington Ephraim. That's right. Ephraim Salaam in for Rob. Rob out there enjoying glizzies and buns.
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
Stop.
Hey, I don't want to know how turned he's about to be, Ephraim, because he hasn't been drinking. He hasn't been eating crazy in 6 months. I don't even want to know what I'm about to embark on when I get there and meet him. I might have to be like the A-Rob, take it easy type. 6 months, that man? I'm just saying, Ephraim, that's why I was saying it was better. At least it was in the buns, because it's just been super out of
it's so
context.
flagrant. Like, it's.
I know.
Hey, yo!
Y'all need a vacation. Y'all go on, man. Y'all enjoy your glizzies and y'all go ahead, man. We gonna hold down the fort for you, okay?
Oh, shoot. Hey, we got a lot to get to. Be sure you check out the YouTube channel. We're there now. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR. You'll find us on YouTube. Rob G, checking in with the Odd Mob and YouTubians. Reach out to us there. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Hey, coming up in a little bit, Mike Hill this hour. He'll join us in about 25 minutes or so. Fox Sports host. You see him covering college basketball. You see him covering baseball, all that good stuff for Fox. So we'll chop it up with Mike Hill in a little bit. So we got a lot to get to this hour as well. Rob G, you know what? Listen, we talk about the Rams. We talk about, obviously, the reigning champs and the Seahawks. And we talk about, obviously, the teams in the AFC are the top dogs with the big-time quarterbacks. But there's a team that is saying, hey, quietly we made some moves. Quietly our offense has been really, really good, and don't sleep on us.
Yeah, that would be none other than our Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, is that where you are this year? Last year with the Giants.
That's my team this year. Riding hard.
Okay.
They're going to win that division. They're going to win it. Confident. But maybe up until 2 hours before showtime, the expectation was, hey, we might do a segment on what's wrong with the Cowboys because CeeDee Lamb cannot stop talking about George Pickens and him getting paid. Like, I wish that Alex would ride for me the same way that CeeDee Lamb ride for George Pickens. You know, that Rob Parker once said, yeah, you should ask for a raise. And they said no. He's like, yeah, it's tough out there. Thanks, Rob.
Man, it's cold out here in these streets, player.
I just got my raise, but that sucks, man. I can't believe it. But in any event, that's what we thought we were going to talk about.
That's pretty funny.
And then, lo and behold, right before showtime, the Cowboys and Quinnen Williams reach an agreement on a 3-year, $106 million deal, making him one of, not the highest, but one of the highest paid defensive linemen in all of football. So guys got us thinking like, hey, Dak's back. CeeDee Lamb says you got the best wide receiver pairing in football. The O-line's pretty good. The running game's pretty good. Quinnen Williams is obviously handsomely paid. He's pretty good. They're saying Caleb Downs was the best player in the draft last season. They got him falling there. Why not the Dallas Cowboys in 2026?
Exactly. Excuseless. That's what I'm going to call them, from excuseless, meaning this is the year, no excuses, right? You can say, oh, well, last year we had a new coach, Schottenheimer, you know, and this, that. Well, this ain't year one. And Dak Prescott's already come out and said this is a Super Bowl caliber team. And you look at last year, they were 7-9-1. Obviously not the season they wanted, but when you look at what they were able to do offensively, Ephraim, you're talking about ranking first in the NFL passing yards per game, 7th in points per game. And then, of course, we know this team has loaded with weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You got CeeDee Lamb is the number one. And then you got, of course, Pickens. He's like a number one on another team, but he might be your number two. And he was been spectacular, 1,400 yards last year and was a second-team All-Pro. So I'm looking at this as you already know offensively what you have. Dak Prescott at this point can run the offense with his eyes closed, but it's all about the defensive side. They're kind of the NFC version of the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Both have prolific wide receivers. One quarterback I think is better than the other, but Dak Prescott has been really good throughout his career. It comes down to playoff performance, but the defensive side of the ball has really jacked up both of those teams. So they trade for Rashawn Gary, right? They get him. We just talked about Quinnen Williams, who had 11.5 sacks. Spectacular, man, clogging up the middle and getting after the quarterback. They got Sam Williams. They got they re-signed him, I should say. They got Kobe Durant as well through free agency to help, of course, with some of the takeaways. I mean, they have done, and that's just a half of the moves. You talk about drafting Caleb Downs as well and Malachi Lawrence too. So they've got a bunch of talent on this team. And to me, I look at it as, well, I don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't want to hear Jerry Jones talking like this, Ephraim telling me, well, if we only had this and if I only had that. I don't want to hear it. You got everything you need. You got some defensive players now. The offense looks like it could be just as potent as it was last year, maybe a hair better. I don't want to hear it. Cowboy fans, we don't want to hear it. Go get it done. Because the only team we all agree, at least on paper, looks like they should be great in the NFC is the Rams, right? I think they're the prohibitive favorites. If you're the Seahawks, you say, hold on, we smacked them up in the NFC Championship game. Sam Darnold had the game of his life. Don't sleep on us. We're the reigning champs. Okay, so you put respect on their name. Outside of that, NFC North, NFC North looks to me like it's going to be a bunch of really good teams, but no behemoth. We'll see if the Bears can keep going. Can the Lions bounce back? Can Kyler Murray all of a sudden resurge with the Vikings? And the Packers, are they just going to be, again, win 10-11, but you don't really feel them as a threat. So there's really no other team in the NFC. The NFC, South, you're not really looking at them as some behemoths as well, especially we don't know what's going on with Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. So my point is, you get to the NFC Championship game against the Rams, say it's them, hey, and at that point, let the chips fall where they may. You got a chance to get to the Super Bowl. But what I don't want to hear from moving forward is excuses. You've righted up this defensive side of the ball as best you can in one offseason. Obviously, if you had a couple, 2 or 3 years, you could do more. But off one offseason, and again, they're similar to what the Bengals have been trying to do. Get some defensive pieces. Get some guys that can keep a lead up when Joe Burrow gets you, you're up 10 and you still don't have to lose. When he's thrown 4 or 5 touchdowns and he doesn't have to lose those games. So to me, there seem like there's similar AFC, NFC teams between the Bengals and the Cowboys. But that's how I view it, Ephraim. I just don't want to hear it anymore. Your quarterback couldn't get more veteran. Your receivers couldn't get more potent. You picked up pieces. You got a second year with your coach now. Get it done.
All that sounds great. You just went on a diatribe of the Dallas Cowboys. This is their year. They're coming out of
that's Rob G.
They're coming out of the NFC. Oh, well, you just gave him all the points why it should, right? He made the statement.
I'm saying for them, yeah.
He made the statement, and you backed it up with giving all the facts and all of that. The one fact you left
I got the Lions
out
and the Rams, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, it felt like you had the Dallas Cowboys. To that point, you're forgetting one major thing, and you too, Rob. They are the Dallas Cowboys. And you can say, well, Ephraim, what does that mean? It means it's been 30-plus years since a Dallas Cowboys team has done anything of note. Now, they've had stacked rosters. They've had all the talent. They've had offensive weapons. They've had a great defense. They've had all of these things, but somehow managed to Dallas Cowboy it. And I'm not talking about the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s. All right? I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys that most people alive now who are fans of Dallas Cowboys don't ever remember them running Super Bowls. They just heard about them. So when you're talking about what they have and on paper, for no other team is on paper useless than the Dallas Cowboys. And I say that because they've had multiple years on paper where they seem like the best and don't even win their division. Now, do they have the strongest team right now in terms of on paper in their division? Of course. Are they better than the Rams? Absolutely not. Philadelphia is going to have something to say. We don't know what iteration of Philadelphia we're going to get. Is this the running team or is this the new figure it out, let's make Jalen Hurts a big-time quarterback? But when I look at Seattle and that defense and offensively, they're only getting better. When I look at Detroit, they're not going to have another year like they had last year. When I look at Green Bay, and the big question mark in the NFC for me is the Chicago Bears. For all intents and purposes, word out of training camp in the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams looks sensational, completing passes. If he can get his completion percentage from around 56% up to around mid to late 60s, even fringing into the 70% completion percentage, similar to what Josh Allen did it after his third year, going into his fourth year in the league, then we got action. So there's a lot of things. On paper, the Dallas Cowboys, yes. Offense, they got better on defense. They won the draft with Downs. They should run away with this thing. But then you're looking at, okay, what iteration of the New York Giants is going to show up? Is the Harbaugh effect going to have a real effect there? Will the contention and the discord between teammates in terms of political issues, will that matter? Is Scatterbull going to backflip himself into an early injury in the year? There's a lot of questions surrounding.
I don't buy them two together. Jackson Dart and Scatterbull cannot play
it's
together.
It's a lot.
I can only have
you
one
need a
dumb.
grown
I
up
can't
in the
have
room.
dumb and dumber.
You need a grown up in the room, right?
I
You
can't
need
have dumb and dumber on the team,
you do.
Steve.
You need a grown up in the room. And what is Malik Neighbors going to look like? Because on paper, the Giants have a sensational young defense, got talent there. A storied coach who's used to winning. Now you have talent on the offensive side of the ball. Who are they going to show up? And then Washington, the Commanders, right? Is Jaden Daniels, is he going to be what we thought he was after his rookie year? His rookie year, is he going to bounce back off of just tremendously hurt season and underperforming as a team? What does that look like? So on paper, yes, the Dallas Cowboys, they have all the answers, and then we have to start playing real football, and then we look up halfway through the year, and it's like, well, we thought they were going to be who they were going to be, Rob. I'm talking to you, Rob, because Rob is the one who, his Cowboys flag, he was
with the who else were you with over the years, Rob G?
I was with the Jetropolitans.
Flippy floppy.
3 plays.
A lot of flippy floppy.
That was tough. I was with the New York Giants.
Yeah, I heard that was
because I thought Jackson Dart was going to start the whole season, and he didn't.
So essentially, you're used to picking losers.
Wow.
I'm just asking. I'm a friend of the show. I'm here. I'm a guest.
Nah.
I'm trying to figure out.
I heard you were riding with the Falcons. Is that true?
Who riding?
Yeah, I heard you were.
They drafted me.
So that's an excuse?
No,
I'm a Raider fan. You don't see me riding with the Raiders every week.
Good luck with that. No, you don't. You never asked me who I'm riding with.
Who are you riding with then?
I'm riding with the Rams. I think the Rams have the best team.
Okay. Give me somebody who's not obvious that you think is going to be better.
Yeah, but you asked me who I'm riding with, so.
Okay, I'm picking them to win the Super Bowl, but that doesn't mean anything. Who's a team that you are saying, hey, this team is one I think they're going to make a run or they're going to make the playoffs that nobody's talking about?
I think the Chargers.
Okay. They won the playoffs last year.
What I'm telling you is they have not gotten over the hump, correct?
Yes, their quarterback is terrible.
They have not. Whoa. They have not gotten over the hump. So for me, I look at what the Chargers are doing.
Don't act like he got some C.J. Stroud moments out there in the streets.
Oh, good Lord. The one thing I do know better than anything is it is almost impossible to win games and you don't have any offensive tackles.
No, that's true.
The fact that they made the playoffs and they had essentially Rob and Alex playing offensive tackle, to me, shows, okay, this is going to be dangerous. Because if this kid can actually get some real protection, which he had none, it was unbelievable. They were down to guys, they were just, hey, man.
No, that's true. He was basically going hike and running. Like, we saw that.
So
but
for me, when
his tackles were okay, and he still didn't produce.
Yeah, but you got to understand what was happening prior to that, right? Remember, he had the worst coaching staff ever.
I don't disagree with that.
We sat every week talking about Staley and what is happening. Why is he still a coach? So the first 4 years of this young man's career, although he had more passing yards than any player after 4 years ever, there was nothing to show for it because the leadership in the room was off. Now the leadership, right, another hardball, is different. And so now if you can combine that with actual offensive tackles, which they do have good ones, they have all pro ones, now we got something special. Now you look at that team and say, yeah, that team can be a playoff team, but how far can they go in the playoffs? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, listen, some people, I've heard people say it could be a L.A. Super Bowl, Chargers, Rams in L.A.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Oh, that'd be good.
I've heard some thoughts about that.
Who we got to bribe for that to happen, Rob?
Well, shoot, I don't know. Let's see if with the money might, money
Aaron
talks
Donald.
too.
Ooh, he coming.
That's a good point.
Bribe
He
him.
coming back, baby.
It'll work.
He coming back.
He's coming back. It makes no sense for him not to. 877-99 on Fox. Are you buying this? The Cowboys? Is this the Cowboys per usual? For me, I don't want to hear it. Y'all got everything y'all need, so go get it done. 877-99 on Fox. Want to hear from you. Your chance to hop in with the odd couple. Do you buy Dak Prescott and the Cowboys this year, or is it another year of them being close but no cigar, or they might not even make the postseason? Want to hear from you in that. We got Mike Hill coming up in a little bit as well. Stick with your boys. It's the odd couple, Fox Sports Radio. Before the season even kicks off, Ephraim is about to tell you about something. Go ahead.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at the end of the season? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Can San Francisco win 10-plus games again this season? Well, the banged-up Niners are currently trading at 57% to get it done, meaning $100 trade pays out $168 if they reach double-digit wins. Can you dig that? On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your own position. Download the Kalshi app and use code ODD to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. That's code ODD to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. That's KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Restrictions and eligibility apply. Not available in all states and must be 18 plus. Trading involves significant risk. Consider if it's appropriate for your financial circumstances. Prices and value may differ and some markets may not be active. See Kalshi.com/regulatory for more.
Josh Allen said on a podcast earlier this week that he thinks their time is coming real soon. Take a listen.
Been in the playoffs a lot of times in the last, however many years I've been here now, and, just continuing to find ways to learn from it. And I think that's it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes because we haven't gotten it done, but you knock enough at the door, it's going to open at some point, and that's just what we have to keep doing is keep knocking on that door and giving ourselves chances to be in that situation again.
Easier said than done. Does Josh Allen know he plays for the Buffalo Bills? Does he know there was a quarterback named Jim Kelly who was there?
Yeah.
Do you know that they went to the Super Bowl 4 straight years and had the best team in the AFC? And guess what? They came away with this. A donut. Zero. Nada. Nothing. They had great players up and down that roster. Are you kidding? Mm-hmm. It's the reason why I want to take Marv Levy out of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. As coach.
Going there to crowbar?
I'm just
take
saying.
Take him out? What you mean you could take him out?
But I'm convinced more than ever that they won't get there. That they won't. Josh Allen will be that guy who put up these numbers, won an MVP, and won't get there. I believe that Lamar has a better shot at getting there before Josh Allen. I really do. I saw Josh Allen last year in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. The reason that the Buffalo Bills lost was because of Josh Allen. I know he had 3 touchdowns, 349 yards, but guess what? 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. He cost them at the end of the half. He's a risky player. Takes too many chances. He plays street football. And when he makes a play and that breaks down, it looks great and everybody's all about Josh Allen. But then there are those moments when he doesn't make those plays. And he does what he did against Denver. And it costs his team. I'm convinced he's not going to get there. That the Buffalo Bills window will open and close, and Josh Allen will not be able to get them where they want to. And you can say, oh, they're close. What? Dude, Baltimore's been close. Fumble at the goal line. Mark Andrews dropped a two-point conversion in Buffalo, right in that game.
You still wake up in cold sweats about that.
You have to. That's where I'm on Josh Allen. He can talk all he wants that he's going to get there. I saw Jim Kelly, who was a hell of a quarterback, not be able to win a Super Bowl. Forget about getting there. Couldn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you're just howling at the moon right now with Josh Allen. Because when you look at some of the guys, what you said, gamblers and people who would throw the ball and risky, dare I say Brett Favre, that's exactly what he was.
How did he win a Super Bowl?
And he got to 2 Super Bowls.
How did he win a Super Bowl?
What do you mean, how did he win?
What? How did he win the Super Bowl? What 2 Super Bowls? I thought he got
He's
to
been
1.
to 2.
What was the other one?
They lost to the who they lose
Who?
to? They lost to, I'll tell you in a minute. Was it not the Patriots? I'll tell you in a moment. But you're looking at a guy and Brett Favre.
I only remember one. I remember the one that they won. Maybe I'm just it skips my mind because they did. What did he do in that game? I don't remember it.
Well, you keep going to the actual game. First, you got to get there. He lost to the Broncos. That's who the Broncos beat.
What year was that?
98.
Okay.
So remember he went back to back.
I have no idea what he
went back to back. They went 97 and they went 98. They lost by the touchdown. I remember that was the crucial one that when the Broncos scored there in Jim, what's your boy? John Elway. Helicopter joint. But my point is, Brett Favre was known for being a gambler. And he got to 2 Super Bowls back to back. And he won 1.
He won 3 MVPs in a row. Remember that too.
And Josh Allen, who knows? He's got a couple. He's got 1 already, and he could have had a couple depending on how it goes. My point is, Eli Manning was a turnover machine. We know that. He got to a couple, and he won them. Matthew Stafford, you don't ever want to even give him credit because you covered him. Matthew Stafford is now a Super Bowl champ. And then you talk about who led the league in interceptions? Sam Ronald McDonald, you like to call him. You know what he just did? He won a Super Bowl. My point is, Josh Allen, you look at guys like Peyton Manning. It took him 8 years, Drew Brees, 8 years to get there and to finally win one. So I think Josh Allen's point is all you can do is be really good year in, year out and hope that your chance comes, that this is the year you get it done. The best thing you can do is be ready, be prepared, and be good and get in the postseason because none of us had going into this the Patriots and the daggone Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. I'm Kelvin Washington. He's Ephraim Salaam. He is in for Rob Parker. Rob's out for the week out in Atlanta enjoying himself. I'll be there shortly. Hopefully your Monday has been great. Hopefully the weekend was good to you as well. We got Mike Hill coming up here in just a little bit. Looking forward to chopping up with our guy, Mike, see what's going on in the world of sports with him. Stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Catch us in all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app. It's always going to pop up top of your screen, so you don't have to search for us, and you'll have that up and ready. All right, Ephraim, let's get some calls. 877-99 on Fox. Let's get some calls. Cowboys. Dak Prescott's believe this is a Super Bowl team. I said they got all the pieces. I don't necessarily buy it, but they ain't got no excuse this year. If this ain't the year, Ephraim, then what is? Who we got? Let's take some calls.
Have you ever said that before about the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I don't normally think.
I'm just saying, this is not the year, then when is?
Well, only reason why I'll give a bit of credence is because the NFC is, aside from the Rams, there's really no behemoth. Obviously, the Seahawks sitting right there as reigning champs. You got to put some respect on their name. But there's no behemoth. You know what I mean? There's no, here come Patrick Mahomes or the Bradys or the back in the day the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, just whatever. Where the Brady and the Bucks. This is one of those years, or Philly even when they had a 3 or 4 year run as well. Which obviously for them they're like, hey, our run ain't got to be over yet.
All right, well, let's see what Peter in Honolulu has to say. You're on the Odd Couple with Kelvin and Ephraim. Aloha, Peter.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's happening?
Yo.
So, one, let me preface this by saying I am a Giant fan, and my team has been a dumpster fire for a few years. Okay? The Giants lost 10 games last year that they had double-digit leads in the fourth quarter. Harbaugh ain't going to let that happen. The Cowboys haven't won in 30 years. The Jets, the New York Jets, have more playoff wins than the Dallas Cowboys do in the last 30 years. So let's stop talking about Dallas's hype because we hear it every single year. It's like the beating a dead horse with a broken record. It's pathetic at this point because every Cowboy fan crows about, oh, my God, this is our year. Listen, most of them, 30 years. It's 30 years.
You know why I'm with you, but you know the one thing that I think the Cowboy fans are going to lean on to? Appreciate the call, Ephraim.
Thanks, Peter.
They're going to be like, if the Knicks did it, we can do it. Because the Knicks, 50-something years, boy, I tell you, they got all the fanfare because they're in New York and it's the Knickerbockers and all that. Boy, and it never mattered anything. And then they messed around and finally got it done. The Cowboy fans can be like, if the Knicks did it, we can do it.
It's a little bit more difficult in football. Just a little bit. Things got to really go. You got to stay healthy. It's so much that goes into it. We have Kevin right here in sunny Southern California in Culver City. You on the Odd Couple with Kelvin and Ephraim. What you got?
God is good.
All the time.
Hey, give a shout out to my boy Willard, the Dodger hater, LA hater. I listen to you guys every Sunday.
I appreciate that.
You keep bringing it, and I was supporting your film festival, Summer League. Man, I love what you're doing in basketball. We got some mutual friends, Nicole Powell from Lakewood and Rebecca Brunson, and some fellow Monarchs back in the day. So just wanted to give you a little shout out.
No doubt. Appreciate that.
This is the Cowboys season, and this is why. When you look at the conference, it's only the Rams and I would say probably Seahawks and Niners in one division. But I think the Cowboys are the most complete team in NFC East with the two receivers. You got that great quarterback right there. You got Jacob Ferguson. You got offensive line with Guy at left tackle. You got the guard. And you got the best kicker in football. And the defense has kind of been fixed. You got Quentin Williams up front with the big uglies. And you got Dobbs back there, safety, who's going to be a defensive changing type of safety. So they could be special in that division, and I think they are the toast of that division. They're obviously the highest scoring offense coming back, returning with Pickens and, on the other side, Lamb. I love this team. I think they can definitely make some noise. And in the playoffs, you never know what happens. It could always be a shootout. Now, the Rams are the toast of the league, obviously, especially if AD comes back. But the Cowboys are right there because they can score with anybody in the league. And we saw toward the second half of last season, they were one of the hottest teams in football. They just came up short. So with the defense being fixed, I definitely think the Cowboys could do something. And look at those Chargers. One thing you mentioned with those tackles, most important players on the field are names Slater and Alt. Because if those guys play, that offense is going to take off with Omarion Hampton and Herbert back there. That's a definite.
Kevin, Kevin act like Rob ain't here. Even he said he gonna throw the third chair. Hop on up in the show.
Kevin doing it, man.
Appreciate you, Kev.
That's what
Kev,
happens when you have callers that listen to my show on Sunday. They're
all right, so Mike Hill on the other side.
What are you talking? They're informed.
Wow.
They are informed listeners and callers.
Don't
that's what happens. All I'm saying is the man told you.
Rob, laugh at him again, Rob.
The man told you he never misses a show on Sunday, and I'm giving out nuggets.
I ain't gonna lie,
little nuggets, man.
I am a little concerned for Kev though, because he don't miss Sunday, he don't miss us Monday through Friday. I mean, when is he hanging out? Get in the streets,
man,
Kev.
No, he don't need to be in the streets.
Not the literal.
He's a bevy of information. He's soaking it all in. I bet he's the toast of the town at the water cooler.
Hey, y'all got one more toast, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm knocking them toast over. Okay, if I hear, I don't want to hear toast. Don't even fix your mouth to say nothing that start with T. All right, if I hear toast, I don't care if my daughters ask me they want some toast and jelly. If I hear toast again, I'm gonna lose it. All right. With that being said, Mike. No, give me the Rob laugh one more, and I don't know Rob. That was the first time Rob actually seemed a lot older than he was. That laugh right there is 86.
Because he had to breathe to laugh.
That is funny.
That's ridiculous. On the way, Mike Hill right now. Ilo's going to get you updated. What's up, Ilo?
Atlanta Braves might be toast right now in, oops, Look at me. Hopefully that wasn't too soon. But they might.
You're lucky I ain't there.
You can still do a lot of damage virtually. Anything's possible these days. The Atlanta Braves at home down 7-2 to the New York Mets. They're only in the top half of the fourth inning. The Mets dropped 5 in the top of the first. RBI single by Bo Bichette, and then a grand slam home run by Brett Beatty. They scored one more in the second, and then Francisco Lindor hit his 11th home run of the campaign in the third inning. The Mets a 7-2 lead at Atlanta in the top half of the fourth. A home run by Toronto's Charles McAdoo has given the Blue Jays a 1-0 lead over the Boston Red Sox in the bottom half of the fifth inning at Toronto. The Philadelphia Phillies a 2-0 advantage at St. Louis in the top half of the third. NFL media reported today the Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman Quinnen Williams has agreed to a 3-year, $106 million extension through 2030. Green Bay Packers linebacker Micah Parsons said today that the most optimistic date for him to return to action would be Week 6 of the regular season against, you guessed it, his former team, the Dallas Cowboys, on Sunday Night Football at Lambeau Field. Parsons, of course, recovering from a torn ACL that he suffered in Week 15 of last season. Kelvin and Ephraim, all yours.
Thanks, Alan.
Toast, I love. You said it one more time. It's the odd couple. Kelvin Washington. We got Ephraim Salaam in for Rob because Rob is in Atlanta. He is at NABJ, which I will be in a matter of about a day and a half or so. Mike Hill, who is joining us now, Fox Sports host, will be there as well. Mike, let me not even assume. You might already be there. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, you know Mom Dukes lives out here, man, so I had to come out here and spend some time with the old lady, bro. I'm getting ready for Rob's big event that's happening. I don't know if he's been talking about it, but I know he's having a big event out here in Atlanta as well, so.
It's been the talk of the show for a month or so. He won't let it go, Mike. And Rob, Mike, he even has. Look at this, Elijah. Put it up on the screen. I know, Mike, you might not be able to see, but our YouTube viewers can. He's got his old the flyer up. Yes, Mike, we have addressed it several times though, including today because I told Ephraim about it.
Oh my! For the kids, bro. It's
for the kids.
Rob Parker, Magic City Mentee Night. At Magic City. Good Lord.
Mike here, I told him, Mike, I said it's Mint TNA night.
Pretty good.
No, I can't say what I want to say. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
you about to get us all fired, Mike. Mike, you about to get us all fired.
Yeah, I know they had that 7-second delay on there for Rob G, man. He's always good with that when I was on the radio with you guys, man.
Hey, Mike, man, so much. I love talking to you because obviously we live out here in the same area, man, same barber. So I see him all the time, and you can a bevy of things you could touch on. But I want to go here. We'll talk about it a little bit more next hour, Ephraim and I. But just your thoughts. I know you've been very outspoken on stuff that happens in the WNBA. Now we have where, of course, Cunningham, Carrington get into it. Carrington with the hard foul. She goes to social media, just puts out white privilege. Now everybody, every day is something in the WNBA other than just so-and-so got a bucket. But just your thoughts on where we are right now with the state of it and maybe even more specific this instance between the two ladies.
Yeah, the WNBA become the WCNN, the W-Fox, WMSNBC, man. Everything is political. We are talking more about the political side of what's going on with these young ladies, and we're talking about actual basketball. And if you look at the product of the WNBA, it's actually really good.
They hooping, aren't they?
They are hooping. It's really good, and it's something to watch in the summertime outside of baseball. But what has happened? You got these people who don't give a damn about the WNBA, don't really give a damn about these women, don't give a damn about who they're playing against or what, but they want to use these magnificent players as political pawns that both sides are moving against one another, and it's embarrassing, and it's a shame, and it needs to stop.
What do you make of some of the stances and some of the things that have come out from management in the WNBA? Most recently, a couple former NBA players poking fun at the fact that they're inclusive and would accept and allow transgender players to play in the WNBA. What are your thoughts on that, Mike?
Well, look, everybody has their opinion, right? And everybody's asking about the thing. I don't know why they're asking that question. I know, once again, why they're doing it, because, once again, these political people want to make a point. These people that don't give a damn about the sport whatsoever. They're just trying to make a point. So they're asking these women who, a lot of them are in the LGBTQ community, about these issues. Name me one transgender woman that you know that hoops. Just tell me. I mean, nobody's actually trying to get into WNBA as a transgender woman. Nobody. Outside of these stupid dudes who are trying to make names for themselves and trying to get more publicity, the Royce Whites of the world or the Ennis Cancers of the world, just trying to stay relevant, saying stupid stuff to make a point. These women are hooping right now, but we're talking more so about that aren't going to happen just because there is somebody out there that's trying to politicize something. And it stems from, obviously the Caitlin Clark and the Dejanay Carringtons of the world or whatnot, and all the people who are for and against the Caitlin Clark franchise people out there. And it's making it hard to watch because we're not watching the actual sport. So these Royce Whites of the world, the Ennis Cancers, please go away and hide. We haven't heard from you guys in a long time. You had your time in the NBA. You're not gay. You're not transgender. You're not a woman. You're just trying to make a point, and we're not going to continue to make you relevant. We shouldn't even be giving them that platform to even talk about this right now because it makes no sense. They're just trying to get attention that we shouldn't really be giving.
Yeah, you said it best, man. That it's just we'll talk more about it out at the top of our next hour, but you touched on a couple of things I'm going to say, and just that I don't believe anybody who's really always in these comments. You see it. Somebody will post some Fox Sports Radio post. Hey, somebody got some, and then it has nothing to do with nothing. And all the comments have nothing to do with the particular player. And I think it's just become clout chasing, like chasing, or, ooh, I'll get this many likes if I say something. I think we're just in a really bad and dark place on social media, and specifically the WNBA is catching the brunt of this for sure. Let's switch gears here, man. Of course, we know you always see you with Fox Sports and baseball right now. Big time Yankee fan. I know that. What's up with your Yankees? How you feeling? I know you're missing Aaron Judge right now, but how do you feel about where they are as far as we kind of start to wind down this season?
Here's what I think. Aaron. First of all, Aaron Boone has done an incredible job managing this team this year. The fact that they are 14 games over 500 with their top three hitters out of the lineup, missing significant time means a lot. The pitching has been phenomenal. We knew the pitching was going to be phenomenal coming in with Schlittler and all the guys, Freed coming back from injury or whatever, and Garrett Cole coming back from injury. So we knew they were going to be great, and they still got some pitching that's out right now. We knew the bullpen was going to be solid, and the bullpen has been solid. They just can't hit. And how can you blame them, man, when you got guys in a lineup who are your 3 and 4 hitters that you just acquired last week? So Aaron Boone, I'm going to give him credit because he's making the right moves. This team just can't hit right now. And if this team can't hit, it's going to be trouble in the postseason because if you know anything about the New York Yankees, what has been their issue in the last couple of postseasons? They can't hit. So if they're hitting right now in the regular season the way they are right now, I can only imagine what's going to happen in the postseason. The great thing about this is when Aaron Judge does come back, if he comes back healthy, John Carlos Stanton does come back if he comes back healthy, that's going to be like gaining 2 key free agents down the stretch for your pennant run and then going into the playoffs. So that's and Bellinger, of course, coming back as well, who's been incredible for this team as well. So when those guys come back, that can give them a huge boost. And some of those guys who are intended, like the Ben Rices of the world, who's been carrying the team, and of course the other guys that have been on the team. Obviously, I'm drawing blanks right now. That have been trying to step up in the key roles right now. They will go back into their regular lineup, and they won't have as much pressure on them as they have now. But it's key to have Judge, Stanton, and Bellinger to get back in this lineup in order for the Yankees to do something in the postseason.
Well, that's WNBA, that's Major League Baseball, and the thing that we're on the precipice of is the next NFL season. Mike, who do you like coming out of the AFC and the NFC this early on in terms of what to expect this year in the NFL?
Well, I mean, it's in the AFC. I'm definitely looking at the Buffalo Bills. Can they take that next step this year? Obviously coming off not a Super Bowl winner, but an MVP season. Can your quarterback take that next step and get his team over the top? The Josh Allen of the world. Can he do that? Can he make that key play down the stretch for this team? Can the defense improve for them? Absolutely. So I'm looking at the Buffalo Bills out of the AFC. Obviously, teams like the New England Patriots made a big jump last year, the Denver Broncos. I want to see how the Denver Broncos improve over what they had last year. Obviously, they missed their quarterback in the AFC Championship game, or it could have been a different story. It could have been them going to the Super Bowl instead of New England. Also, the Houston Texans, man. Oh, my
Oh.
gosh. This is a key year for this team. I've been waiting for this team to finally make that jump. And once again, the defense is going to be there. You know the defense because D'Amico Ryan's going to have that defense playing well. You got some weapons on the outside, and now you got a little bit of a running game. Can C.J. Stroud find that touch that he had in his rookie season that's been missing the last couple of seasons? Can he make that throw and not put so much pressure on himself and try and overdo it this year? So in the AFC, those are my guys. In the NFC, obviously the usual suspects, the Philadelphia Eagles out there, the Los Angeles Rams, and Aaron Donald comes back. And I'm not saying this as a Giants fan. I am kind of saying it as a Giants fan. But since John Harbaugh is back on the sidelines, they finally got a coach with some credibility, New York Giants, to be that team that's going to be surprised out of the NFC and make it not just into the playoffs, but make a little bit of a push in the playoffs this year as well, because they got the personnel on the defense. They just need to make sure that Jackson Dart can take that next step, that they can stay healthy in the backfield, they can open up some lanes on that offensive line, and if they get something out of the outside wide receivers, man, obviously helping Jackson Dart out, this team could be the surprise, not only in the NFC, but in the entire NFL.
You've heard it here first.
That's
breaking
we'll
news.
See. Sound like Rob G last year talking about them daggone Giants. But I tell you what, I'll see you in a little bit, man, down in Atlanta. Enjoy time with your moms. Mike, we appreciate you as always.
Hey, make sure you bring some ones when you come, bro.
Hey, man, that's funny.
Hey, I am out the game, bro. I'm out the game, Mike.
He will burst into flames even in the parking lot of Magic City, Mike.
Yeah, the United Negro College Fund, bro. $1 at a time, help them young ladies, though.
I'll just give y'all. I'll give you 100. Here go 100 for the cause. I can't.
Bruh,
my days of the BMF making it rain is gone.
Man, that's funny.
I'm with you, bro. I'm an old man now. I'm staying out of trouble, brother.
Yeah, all right.
All right. I'll keep a tight leash on you, Mike. I got you.
Please.
No doubt. Mike Hill, man, always great to talk to him. Make sure you give him a follow as well. Appreciate him joining us here on this Magic City Monday. You can follow him. It's Mike Hill on all social media platforms. All right. Somebody trying to hop back in the NBA by way of going overseas, back home, if you will. Will it work? Will this be the thing to get him back in the league? We'll tell you who we're talking about. It's the odd couple, Kelvin Ephraim, Fox Sports Radio.
The latest installment of the NFL Top 100 was released overnight, and it was ranked 40 through 31. The guy who came in at number 33 overall, Jared Goff. Sounds about right. 33rd best player in the NFL. It's not nothing to cool about. The problem with that is that is 6 spots ahead of Justin Herbert. 11 spots ahead of Joe Burrow. Here's my favorite. 36 spots ahead of Lamar freaking Jackson. Rob Parker, make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And this is typical. You know what? For a long time, Jared Goff, and I know that's your quarterback there, Kelvin.
My quarterback.
But he's overrated. And people keep talking about Jared Goff, this and that, and he's overrated for this reason. I don't care what numbers he puts up. He has not been able to put up the numbers in those big games that you need him to put it up. And that's where, if you're going to hold that to Lamar and some of these other guys, right? And I get it, they're coming off injuries, and maybe that's why they're pushed down. You know what I mean? Pushed down. But Jared Goff, some of the biggest games, and you know this, Kelvin, last year, 2 years ago, right? Was it? No, yeah, because they didn't make the playoffs last year. 2 years ago. That game against Washington at home, 9.5-point favorites, and Jared Goff wet the bed. If he was that quarterback and people really thought he was that dude, he would have never been traded from the Rams. Remember, the Rams had a smoking hot offense when he was there. They actually were averaging like 35 points a game, come the Super Bowl, they scored 3 points on an 89-yard field goal, and that was it. They were like, okay, he's the weak link. We got to do something else. That's where Matthew Stafford. They took Matthew Stafford, who hadn't even won a playoff game in his career, over Jared Goff, who was a Pro Bowler, who had his offense clicking, one of the top 5 offenses in the history of the NFL. None of it mattered because they didn't think he could get the job done when it mattered most. Last year, if you remember, they played the Minnesota Vikings, Kelvin, against a third-string quarterback, and he threw, 4 picks? He was awful in a game the Lions had to win, if you remember that. That was another one of those moments where Jared Goff turns into Jared Tennis, and he's just no good. And that's why when you look at these lists and people prop him up and they look at some stats and all that, I don't buy into him. I think he's a good quarterback, middle of the road, but I don't think he's an upper echelon quarterback.
Man, he is ranked 33rd. He's ranked, depending on which one you're looking at, about the 8th best quarterback. You did all that talking just to tell me the man is properly rated. Nobody said he's better than Patrick Mahomes or he's better than Josh. I don't think he's better than Lamar Jackson, and I agree with you on that.
It's Lamar and Joe Burrow.
Bro, I agree.
How in the world could he be 35 spots ahead of Lamar Jackson?
The 2 lists we've been going off of do it differently. So the tiers one, we just talked yesterday. Who were we on the phone with again? Mike Sando, and he didn't even admit it. Like it's kind of random how we do it. It's history. It's also projecting future, and it's also current. The top 100 is based simply off who had the best year, who was looking good last year. So that one I can get with because it makes sense.
But they didn't even make the playoffs last year. I mean, that's
right.
The other
but they were
part
9-8, and his stats were his stats were. If I told you his stats, you would think he was in the MVP race.
No, but
34 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Okay, but
4,500 yards. Anybody else, that is an amazing season for them.
But when did he get the numbers? When the games that mattered, they lost to Minnesota at home, and then they lost to a third string. Go look at the numbers in the 2 biggest games of the year.
Looking at and I'm telling you, the man put up crazy numbers. So he, to me, is properly rated. Jared Goff, what he has done over his career specifically, if you even want to include the Rams, it's more incredible. The man has been to a Super Bowl. The man has been to an NFC Championship game, which we all agree they should have won against the 49ers. Credit the 49ers for taking that game from them. And how long did you cover the Detroit Lions?
20 years.
20 years. And if I told you that you'd have a quarterback who will be 48, 33, and 1. 48, 33, and 1.
What's his
record? That dude has had a very good career.
What's his record in the postseason when it matters the most?
He's with the record of the postseason when it matters the most.
Yeah,
he's 2-2.
Yeah, and the biggest games he had
2-2 in the postseason.
He hasn't been there.
Matthew Stafford didn't even win a game in the postseason.
That game,
Stafford.
That game against Washington is
okay. That game, you too.
That's his game. That's his career. That's what they got him for.
That was Dan Campbell's
that's
game.
What they got him
that
for.
That was not Jared Goff's game.
I'm a woman.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Kelvin Washington, Ephraim Salaam, who's in for Rob on this Magic City Monday. Big shout out to Mike Hill, who joined us. Appreciate him as always. That's right. You can follow him at It's Mike Hill. By the way, if you missed any of today's show, check out the podcast. Just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow it. Rate it 5 stars. Provide a review. And again, just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You'll find the best of in a full version as well. Rob G will get that up for us here shortly as well. Still a lot coming up next time. We got to talk about Scottie Pippen. Scottie, get it. Hey, hey, ooh, get it. Bah, get it. Hey,
whoa.
They don't want to see.
Hey, yo! That's Rob with the glizzy.
Yeah.
Gobble me, swallow me. Good Lord.
You got to teach
sometimes. Hey, you know what's funny, Ephraim? And I know you feel this. Like, now that we have kids and we're older, we're a different place in life. You hear some of the songs nowadays, you're like, oh, this is great. This is too much. And we do forget sometimes our songs was a little wild too.
See, that's the difference between you and I. I've never felt like that about current songs because I thought ours were worse. Right? If just put on,
I won't go worse, but I
just
think
put
equal.
on Freaky Tales.
No, well, that was different than that. That wasn't fully on radio. Shout out to Too Short.
Man, we had to sneak and listen to that tape because I met this girl. Her name was Janet, and so on and so forth.
That's all you got to. Yeah. Well, I one up you maybe. Well, I don't know if I can one up that, but Akinelli.
Yeah.
You know.
Woo. Oh. These are the tales that I tell so well.
Okay.
That I tell so well.
What'd you say, Too Short?
Gets really dirty there.
It gets really
that's
bad.
You can play.
Really quick.
Oh yeah.
That's about
2 Live Crew.
Play.
Like so, when you listen, if you go back and listen, right? Like you're like, okay, right?
Dude.
Kia, right?
Her neck and her neck.
So when I'm listening to theirs, I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, we might have been a little worse.
Right.
One thing we did better though, you got to give me this, and it's the radio, like the music radio, jocking me. Because the era was different, where FCC rules, like we reverse words and like we edit, we use other phrases that you might know what I said, but on the radio version, now they just go. It is just F you, and then they might blank the CK. You get what I'm saying? Like they, I don't know if you need to dump me or not, Alex. I don't know, but they might just say just like the last little bit, like what they say. Ours, we used to have to say another word for it.
Well, satellite saved the songs, right? It saved the ability to listen to songs, uncensored.
Yeah.
Before, if you didn't have the tape and you heard like Gin and Juice, or you heard something like that on the radio, you grew up singing the edited version, and then when you heard the real version, you're like, oh, wait a minute.
There's a few songs that caught you off guard like that.
Say,
like,
what? Oh my!
He was saying what this whole time? Oh,
right. Like one of the songs that Country Grammar was like that. It was so big.
But the edited one's not even bad, like the unedited one.
Yeah, but you don't even know what he like.
When
he's talking about the street, all of that. Like
that's not even. Why you got to drop that out?
But you don't even know. Like when you listen to the real one.
That's my point, Rob. You couldn't do that back then. You can talk about street sweet. Now they Draco. Then,
Draco this, Draco that.
They can say whatever on the. You couldn't say street sweet back then in the 90s, early 2000s. Are you kidding me? So they had to. That's why I said they had to be creative. Somebody said tickle bitty. You know what I'm saying? If
right, yes,
you know what I'm saying. So there was some reversing and some flipping. They had to be creative. Nowadays,
back in your worldly days,
we giving you one version. You yourself edit and chop it up if you want to.
I would not be comfortable pulling the I'm a vet starting quarterback card. I wouldn't use it. And that's the first thing I thought. I saw him sitting there and I'm like, man, bro, like you're just now getting your extension or whatever. Like, bro, get one series in. Do not allow for yourself to be sat out, because in some cases you can look at it truly as, we're resting our vets, we're resting our old heads. In some cases, that is very true. They're protecting their vets. In some cases, it's just a slight start to a phase out. It's just a slight understanding, or maybe a making it clear that you're not the future of this team. And then you have a player go out there and show out the way that Beck did. He had to have been sitting there like, man, maybe I should have suited up. Maybe I should have took some reps just to make sure that they know that, I'm the guy for now.
Can I ask you?
Let me ask this though: what's the upside of that
for him going out there?
He's already the guy.
Maybe maintaining his job a little bit longer than what he might have originally have kept it for.
He already got paid.
I don't. Yeah, he already got paid. I don't believe
and I get that.
A team looks at a guy and goes, "Hey, Beck played great in the pre." Like the coach came out and said, "This is what he's been doing in practice." So think about that. They've been watching this in practice.
But you got practice players, Q. You know that some players look like all Americans in practice.
It doesn't change the point of
the game.
Okay, but you're not hearing me. It doesn't change the point of the fact that they've been watching this. They've been seeing this. They still paid Jacoby. They still did the deal. So none of what you're saying matters, because whatever you thought of last night, just because Carson Beck played and played well and Jacoby didn't play, it doesn't matter. They already paid him. Like they already made this decision based on everything they've seen.
It matters what I'm saying, for one, because it's coming from me. That makes it matter like immediately upon even a point being made, is that it just came from me. So
I agree.
It matters.
Relatable.
All right, thank you. Secondly, I'm going to push back on that, because you guys can say he's already gotten paid, and I understand that. I agree with you 100% on the fact that, you know what, win, lose, or draw, he already got paid. That's fine. But if I'm a competitor, if this thing means something to me, and just getting paid and sitting on the sideline, which is something I've had to get used to doing, and I get an opportunity to be a starter, maybe starting matters more.
Major League Baseball, the New York Mets have a 7-4 lead at Atlanta in the bottom of the fifth inning. Mets scored 5 in the top of the first inning, including a grand slam by Brett Beatty. Francisco Lindor hit a home run in the third inning, his 11th of the campaign. Toronto's Charles McAdoo, a solo home run, helping the Blue Jays go up 2-0 over the Boston Red Sox at Toronto now after 6 innings. The Philadelphia Phillies a 2-0 lead at St. Louis at the top of the fifth. At Minnesota, the Twins up 2-1 over the Baltimore Orioles in the bottom of the fifth. NFL media reported today that Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman Quinnen Williams has agreed to a 3-year, $106 million extension through 2030. Packers linebacker Micah Parsons said today that the most optimistic date for him to return to action would be in Week 6 of the upcoming regular season against, you guessed it, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
That's right, hour number three.
Number three.
Number three. On the Odd Couple, Kelvin Washington Ephraim Salaam, who is in for Rob. Rob in Atlanta, National Association of Black Journalists Conference. I'll be there in a couple days. Shout out to Mike Hill. Joined the show. He'll be there as well. Appreciate him. Jerry Harrison Jr. Joined the show. Appreciate Jay Hare as well. So we've got a lot already in the show. We still got a lot to get to this hour. We got to talk about Scottie Pippen at some point here. We got to get into that. Pip he just can't ever just sit down somewhere. He's in the category of just go sit down somewhere, Pip, because please. So we'll talk about that. We'll get last call coming up here in a little bit as well. And don't forget, before the football season even kicks off, everyone is making predictions: who wins the division, who makes the playoffs. Trade every game on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app. Use code ODD to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi. Trade on anything. All right, so we still got to get to this. Rob G, we talked about it with Mike Hill a little bit. Inside the WNBA, there's a whole lot going on, a lot of commotion, and so specifically when you have the issues that are between Dejanay Carrington and also Steffi Cunningham. And, I mean, my gosh, think pieces everywhere, thesis, I don't care, thesaurus, dissertations. I mean, they're coming from everywhere. And a lot of people have a lot to say about really the last 72 hours or so.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dejanay Carrington doesn't want to clarify what she meant by it, because in case you've been living under a rock, of course, over the weekend, she had a hard foul on Sophie Cunningham. You just mentioned it. Got her across the head and neck area. It gets reviewed, upgraded to a flagrant 2. She gets ejected. She doesn't speak to the media after the game, Carrington, that is, but she went and posted on her threads, white privilege tags Indiana Fever.
Oh, God.
So, of course, you mentioned think pieces galore. Everybody's got a thought on it. What are you talking about? So on. She only responded to one of the think pieces. That would be from Emmanuel Acho. He goes on a 90-second rant, upset about her use of the term white privilege, and in this specific instance. And his discussion was what happened on that foul and your subsequent ejection had nothing to do with white privilege. Here's how she responded on X. I've never once claimed that the assessment of the foul was white privilege. That was your assumption. Try exercising your critical thinking skills. I know you studied psych. Furthermore, I'm the last thing from ignorant or asinine when it comes to speaking on white privilege. Do your research on that one. I actually went to school, one of the top universities, might I add, to educate myself on this exact subject. I would never use that term as a rhetorical weapon, knowing the historical and social weight it holds without having the proper evidence to substantiate it. People, of course, commented, well, then what did you mean by it? Cricket since then.
So I have to play, to your point, Rob G, she didn't really address specifically, when she said white privilege, and she said what she didn't mean by that. I'm going to jump out on an assumption of what I believe she meant by that. Ephraim, I don't think she was saying white privilege is that I got kicked out of the game, because if we do enough research, Sophie Cunningham was kicked out of a game last year for a similar thing. And people were kicked out. You name the league. You want NBA, you want WNBA, people get kicked out of games. That's par for the course. So I don't believe it. What she was saying for that. If I'm taking her for her word, Ephraim, what I believe she was saying is that had I did this on Emeka Ugumake or one of the, Kia Jackson, Asia Wilson, a black player in the WNBA, if I did this to one of them, Chelsea Gray, would this be a talking point? And I think that's what she's saying. If I fouled Chelsea Gray, hard foul, we might get a little push back and forth. I might even get kicked out of the game. WNBA Tonight might talk about it, but it won't make the shows. It won't make the rounds. And I think what she's saying is the privilege of, if I do a hard foul on you, Sophie Cunningham, on you, Caitlin Clark, now it's the biggest thing. It's racial. I don't like white people. All of a sudden, it's become a thing, and now everybody's talking about it. It's on every social media. Everybody's got think pieces, and I think that is what she's saying. If I have to read between the lines, again, because she didn't specify, to Rob G's point. So I don't think it was singularly saying, I fouled you, I get kicked out, that's white privilege. Because I think if you, again, the same exact person who she fouled, Sophie Cunningham, was kicked out of a game last year. I think she's saying, you can't even do hard fouls in basketball anymore. That's what we did. Bill Laimbeer fouled any and everybody, including, you name it, all-time greats, Dr. J, Larry Bird, Robert Perry, Michael Jordan, everybody got the smoke. Now, at one point, did we say he's racist? Draymond Green stumped Sabonis right in the chest. You didn't say he was racist. You might have said he was a dirty player, but you never said he was racist or it was all racial and all those kind of things. So what I think she's saying is, dang, I fouled old girl hard. Didn't mean to hit her in the head, but I fouled her hard. It happens. But now it's all of this. I'm racist. I don't like white people. It's the biggest thing when if I hit a black player in the WNBA, will we be having these conversations? And I think that's what she's saying. And I think there's some validity to that in the sense that hard fouls happen every single game. And pick the NBA, high school, college, NBA, WNBA, and we don't make a big deal about this. And I think that would be, again, Kelvin reading between the lines.
Okay, well, I'm going to disagree with you there, and I'm not going to read between the lines, especially when you've drew the lines, you've created the lines. This wouldn't be a think piece or a talking point or any of those things if she didn't immediately after the game go on to Threads and put white privilege. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. So what are we talking about? It wouldn't be a topic. Half the people wouldn't even known that there was a hard foul and she got kicked out of the game. That's the whole point. Because she went and put white privilege on and then tag the Indiana Fever, that's why this is a talking point. That's why we're even up here talking about it. Right? So what's lost in translation is if she did mean if I would have done it to another black player, we wouldn't even be talking about it. Well, we weren't talking about it until you said what you said. And that's the whole point. Don't go on and respond to people making comments to your comments, telling them that they don't know how educated you are and they don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. When you yourself created this, you went on and put white privilege. If you didn't say anything, if you would have wrote hard fouls a hard foul and kept it pushing, this wouldn't be a story. And that's the problem I'm having with the WNBA as a whole now, right? Not just the players, but from leadership on down. There's too much non-basketball conversation happening surrounding the WNBA. Who's dating who? Who's married to who? Transgender this. It's so many things that are happening that's pulling away from the game. Casual fan is like, I'm good. I'm just going to go over here and watch something else.
Yeah, no. So Rob and I have talked about this quite a few times. I completely agree with that, but I do think the problem is where we are societally with how we address things. So, for instance, what I mean is if you roll out a highlight of just pick a player, right? Let's just say it's Angel Reese for this topic. Well, the first thing, she ain't Caitlin Clark. It has nothing to do with it. She just made a nice layup. She ain't Caitlin Clark. Da-da-da-da-da. And, and things, obviously, as you know, they turn racial. Then I got to come in, not literally me, but so I got to come in defend her. And then you got to say, and it's gotten to where it is so toxic and it makes no sense when it's just, again, it'll be just a highlight of a three, a rebound, a block, a steal, a game winner. And everything in the comments, it is amazing how toxic and divisive it has become. And it's, to me, it makes no sense because it's just simply sports. But to your point, now any player says anything. I like pizza, not fried chicken. It's a thing. I like this. I don't know. Even political things. My point is why it's become, if someone says it, it becomes heightened now. Right now it's become a big thing, and it's on and on and on. And I think that's how the league is covered. even more so than just simply the league, like the league itself. I don't think I've been critical of them. Rob G knows this. I don't think they've handled things right. I don't think they were prepared for prime time when Caitlin Clark came, Angel Reese came, eyeballs came, scrutiny came, criticism came, all of that. I don't think they were ready for that. But I do also think there's people, Mike Hill touched on this with us moments ago. There are people who are not fans of the WNBA who you would think they're the biggest fans with the amount of time they scroll and look for things to comment, to troll on, and make everything political. It is a mind-boggling thing when they don't really like the game like that. They don't really watch the game like that, but they love the interaction. And one thing I've learned over the last 7, 8, 10 years, Ephraim, you know this, clout is the new currency. And people, boy, I told Rob G this. There's somebody I know personally who over the last 5 or 6 years, when a certain administration took over, he started to become a little different. And then he started to troll things. And again, it could be a video of just a bucket. And he'd be like, oh, she with Kayla. And he just started trolling to the point I was like, what is this? And I asked him one day, I said, hey, man, what? Like, and he said, oh, man, it's crazy. I'm doing numbers. And his whole point was he realized if I mention Angel Reese on a Caitlin Clark thing, Caitlin Clark hits the D. Angel Reese can never. If I mention Caitlin Clark on an Angel Reese thing, I'm going to do numbers. And we've gotten to where people are willing to just do whatever, start whatever, rile everything up just to cause chaos because I got 1,000, 10,000 likes on this thing, or I got, there's somebody put my comment on a blog, and that's to me a large part of where we are problem with the WNBA because it's not the NFL. It's not the NBA where you have this standard of people been watching and enjoying it for decades. At that rate. Right. Now it's hate watching, it's trolling, and it's ruined it, as you mentioned, for the people who are just fans or people who just want to experience or people who want to become new fans. It becomes exhausting.
Yeah, you shouldn't be up there asking coaches about their opinion on trans athletes playing in the league. Like that's not what right? Like during the season. It's not
even a real thing.
Before the game, though.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. What are we doing? There used to be something called media training, right? Anyone who wanted to get into media went through certain training, especially athletes coming from other, retiring from their sports. They used to have media training. That is no longer a thing. Anybody can be in the media. That's what social media has done. That's what streaming has done. There is a reason why there's so much divisiveness now. There's a reason why things can get misconstrued. There is a reason why opinions now vary and swing like a pendulum because everybody has a voice and everybody doesn't need a voice.
Everybody has a microphone now.
Right?
Everybody.
And so these are people who never have been media trained, who just decide, I want to give my opinion on things. And look, everybody has their opinion and all of that. But when it reaches to the masses and things start stirring up, that's rage bait, right?
Yeah.
People are now looking for hot takes and things to do to push buttons because, like you said, those give you numbers. And what that does is it throws off the system.
Yep.
It throws off the system. And when the system is thrown off, then there's turbulence in every turn. And the WNBA hasn't gotten a handle on this. There's too many voices, there's too many things being said, and now every little thing is scrutinized and every little thing is taken, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different left turns, and now you don't even know what we're talking about. The fact that this young lady comes on and puts white privilege out there and then sits back. She lights the match, throws it in there, and then sits back and lets us talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's you would have been taught as I'm gonna give you. I know we got to go to break, but I was playing in the game. We were playing the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe, and Trent Green was a quarterback, and I was with Houston, and Trent Green had peel back and hit one of our defensive linemen illegally, clipped him, took his legs from underneath him, and he knocked himself out. And
I remember that,
our
actually.
D lineman was standing on top of him pissed because he literally could have, broke both his legs. And then after the game, now Trent was put in an ambulance and taken to the hospital, because he was out.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to the player, and they let the media come in, right? Before our head of media could come over there and grab him. And every single camera went right to him. Turned it on, live. Travis, how do you feel about what happened? And Travis, he stood up, and he said, something he shouldn't have said. Then our media guy came in and said, okay, all right, and then he took him away. Then he came back and made a statement. These are the situations that are happening on the daily with the W. Like things like this, these fires are being set, and we're out here fanning the fires and all of that. Like, how can you make a statement about how intelligent you are and you know what this is and you know what that is, and then all you do is put white privilege and then step back
Don't fully contextualize what you're saying.
You step back and tell us that, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I'm educated on this. Y'all not. Why would you even put that out there? What are we doing?
You're right, but this is the thing, though, Ephraim. I think there's been a collective of 3-4 years of this, like at building, where players, I think the WNBA, and I think even the media, nobody knows how to handle it. No one was prepared for how radicalized the WNBA would be. You get what I mean? Where it would just be, I mentioned it. I think you have I think the large amount of people who speak on WNBA on social media, like you mentioned, comment, do vlogs, don't even care about the league. They just know when I do this hot button topic, it's going to jump. And so what's creating is an algorithm where, if you're looking for WNBA info or you're into hoops, here you go. And it's wild takes, crazy takes, political things, racist things, all in transgender things, all in the middle of it. And there's no just real good hoop content, or at least to the masses at a high level. And I think it's catching players off guard because, like you said, players over the last few years have been getting microphones in their face, and they're thinking it's about to be, hey, you had a triple-double tonight. But instead it's two teams that had nothing to do with Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese, and it's, hey, Angel Reese was fouled hard last night with Caitlin Clark. What did you think of that? You're like, what?
It's out of control.
I'm with the Dream. I'm on a Dream, and I'm playing the Lynx tonight. What they got to do? Wait, what? Like that, and I think that, to your point, the media is going crazy with, let me get the juicy thing, and ask them is not, hey, you had 24 points tonight. The shot was going. What did it feel like? None of that. It's, let me ask them, hey, how do you feel about transgender athlete? What are we doing? Tonight. That's all
before a game. What are you talking about?
I don't know what that's a deep conversation. I don't have a 2-second answer for you on.
And WNBA is doing nothing to regulate that. It's just it's ridiculous.
And the thing they do is they suspend coaches for saying things that weren't racist, if you recall. Calling Angel Reese a protected species when, if you did any research, you realize she's Australian, and that is an extremely common phrase there. It sounds a little bad, I'll give you that, but over there it's very common. But instead of having like a dialogue and say, hey, we'd just rather you not, it doesn't necessarily translate here in the States that well, they suspend her. And so now you got her looking like she's racist when she's not. It's been a mess.
Too much.
And I think it's disappointing. And two other people are adding to this mess, and we'll tell you who they are and what they're trying to do on the other side. 877-99 on Fox. If that's the number. But we'll tell you a little bit more about these. We talked about it with Mike Hill. A couple other guys who were just trying to add more fuel, as you mentioned, add fuel to the fire, fan the fire. We'll do that. It's the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Ephraim's in for Rob, Kelvin Washington. That's right. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio. If you work in logistics, you know one thing, nothing moves without you. And right now, companies everywhere are looking for skilled people who can keep their supply chains running strong. Find your next job through Express Employment Professionals. At Express Employment Professionals, logistics isn't just another career field. It is a specialty. From warehouse associates and forklift operators to shipping and receiving, CDL drivers, inventory coordinators, and more, Express connects you with the roles that keep businesses moving. So go to expresspros.com to find a location near you and give them a call. So whether you need to get your foot in the door with a contract role or are looking for full-time work, Express finds you a job where your skills fit and your experience matters. So the best part is, with Express, there are never any fees for job seekers. So if you're ready for your next shift, your next challenge, or your next big move, let Express help you find the logistics job that fits you. Visit expresspros.com today. Stop searching alone. Get support, get options, and get to work.
All right, Rob G, college football and Deion Sanders and Colorado. I know people feel like the organization or the program has turned around. Deion thinks so, doesn't he?
Yeah, he did. And today he met with the local media for the first time this season, because before that it was, remember, Big 12 Media Day. It's not the same thing. Met with the local media for the first time today, and he was asked if he's feeling any pressure entering his fourth season with the Buffaloes. You'll love this answer. Take a listen.
I don't feel pressure. You know what pressure is? As a single mama, trying to make ends meet. There ain't no man in the house. And she got to be the mother, the father, the provider, the disciplinarian, and everything. This is football. I'm really good at this. I can play this. I can coach this. I can do this. And you know, if you don't believe, you don't believe. God bless you. I need that. I like that. You put me in my comfort zone there. I'd rather be booed than clapped for, applauded. Because if you start clapping too much, I'm not going to trust you.
Come on, baby. Come on, Rob. Don't make that face, Rob. What you mad about, baby? Come on. Don't do it, baby. I've been knowing you for 25 years. You're going to be out here, baby. God still love you. You can treat me like that, but God love you too, Rob. Look, I'm going to go here. I think Deion Sanders has been great for Colorado overall. And I specifically say Colorado.
When you use the term great, I have an issue.
Well, I'm saying for Colorado.
No, great is a big word.
But I'll say why. Not a single human being outside of the state of Colorado have been thinking about Colorado for I don't know how long. And for the last 4 years or so, give or take, we have had conversations about them. They actually have won some games. They've actually, for the rest of their existence,
one ranked team in 4 years. Come on, man.
But this is why I'm saying what Deion has done. Let's even go back to Jackson State. Jackson State was 27-6 under his record. He won back-to-back SWAC titles, which is their title. So I'm not saying he won like it was a national championship, but that's all you can win is the titles of the league that you're in. And he was able to do that. All of a sudden, they're really good. Comes to Colorado, they're 1-11 the year before he gets there. The next year, they win 4 games. The next year, they win 9 games. They have a Heisman Trophy winner. They have his sons go to the NFL. One is drafted. And all I'm saying is for Colorado, he was building momentum. Now, the man has been going through so many health issues. He had a daggone toilet on the side of the daggone sideline. So I want to see what this year looks like because he's, at least through what we're being told, he's healthy and ready to rock and roll. So the only thing I can look at is that he started coaching at Jackson State, 27-6, bunch of success. Started coaching at Colorado, they were 1-11. They win 4. The next year they win 9. So I was.
What's his
progress.
record there? What's his overall record? And this is my issue. Standards are standards. For Colorado, for you to put a qualifier tells me all I need to know. Either you've done a good job or you haven't done a good job to qualify it and bring up for Colorado. No, where are all the celebrities who were on the sidelines the first year or whatever after they won a couple games? Those guys aren't there anymore. They're not doing any of that. That was a one-time, everything kind of worked out. They won their first game that people didn't expect. They played the team that was in the national championship game. TCU. So people were like, oh, wow. And then we realized that year TCU was really bad after going to the national championship game. But my point is there's a standard. And, and I don't think he's been that great at Colorado. He's been fine. He's been middle of the road. But the idea that he's like done some turnaround and miracle job and he's one of the greatest college coaches or – he's done this great. Use the term great. I just think that term is overused He's done a good job. Okay, I'll say good. But he did a great job. He's under 500. 16-21.
Yeah.
If he didn't play, if he wasn't a Hall of Famer, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, I don't know. We would just think he's an also-ran coach who probably had one more year before they get rid of him.
And I don't disagree with any of that. That's why I said he's been great. I'll roll with you on good, but I'm saying for Colorado because the expectations at Ohio State are not the same at Colorado. The expectations at LSU are not the same at Colorado.
Yeah, but coaches get fired all the time from lesser programs, even when they're not expected to win.
Why would I fire? I'm
just saying, don't people know?
But
with lower expectations, don't coaches get fired?
Yes, but I'm back now to the guy Deion Sanders. Why would I fire a guy that has eyes, that has gotten recruits that we would have never gotten, that has gotten us a Heisman Trophy winner?
He got his son and another guy. That's all he got.
It doesn't
Who do you
matter.
got this year? Anybody?
Now you gotta admit, from this, I gotta give it. This was crazy creative. When they dropped this one, this was crazy creative. It's the odd couple. Kelvin Washington Ephraim Salaam, who is in for Rob on this Magic City Monday. Okay, relax.
Whoa.
Rob, relax. I know you're out there enjoying yourself.
Yo!
Hey, yo. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel, and you can watch us live on YouTube right now. Just search The Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, and you've done that after you did it right there. Thumbs up, like and share, comment, all that good stuff. We appreciate it, Rob G. You can hit us with it.
Oh, my God.
For our YouTube viewers right now. Y'all see the glizzy that Rob is thoroughly enjoying.
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
Any Odd Mob YouTubian comments over the last couple of hours?
I mean, there's always YouTubian comments coming in. I mean, it's like the most popular show on the network. Are you kidding me?
Yes, you ain't lying. Hey, you can search. So take a look at them, Rob G. We don't have to get them right now.
No, I got
Just
a couple.
get
I got
ready.
a couple that I saved just for this specific moment. I thought you would appreciate it.
What you got?
Deception Maneater says, "Man, Kelvin's just mad. He got to take his own kids to school."
Wait, why, Mag? I'm wanting to take him to school. I can't take him the last 2 years because I do the morning show. I can't wait. I'm trying to get back to being able to take him, Ephraim.
Yeah, all right.
Barry Bonds, Home Run King, is on this crusade against Jerry Rice for some reason because your Hall of Fame conversation, hour one.
Okay.
Says, Jerry Rice, you stick him, and he went first ballot. What do you guys say about that, Ephraim?
Everybody used to stick him.
Did you stick him? No, because you would be holding too much. You would get caught.
First of all, I never held.
Oh, that's a lie.
Ever.
You want to check tape? We can check tape.
Never.
We got it's a lot of tape.
Never.
YouTube.
We had
YouTube
and we had
exists.
Spygate on them Falcons too. You know that, right?
And then someone was weighing after the Cowboys conversation.
Yep.
Courtney Miller says, "I'll give you a sleeper team in each division: the Browns, the Vikings, the Panthers, the Niners, the Giants, and the Raiders."
Take his phone.
Yeah, I don't know
throw
about
it
that
away.
one. I don't know about that one.
Who was
I'm
that?
not mad at the Panthers one.
Courtney Miller. They won the division last year. That's not going out on a limb with anything.
It's not going out on a limb on the
but I
worst
think his point is
division in Division II football.
I think what he's saying is they'll be better. Like instead of just winning something 8-1, they could be like maybe 10-7 or something like that.
But then Courtney doubled down with another terrible take, talking about the Hall of Fame. They should call him Luke Cheekley. Luke Kuechly is Cheeks. How dare they put Cheekley in over the hood?
Okay, see, now you went too far. See, now you went too far.
Hold up.
Luke Kuechly was awesome. What are you talking about?
Amazing.
Some people you can just absolutely have zero hate. Like, what can you negatively say about Luke Kuechly?
I don't know.
Short-term career, balled out every year, Pro Bowls, defensive player of the year. Like, what is? Look, there's certain people in life you don't have to hate. Just have to be controversial.
And then he has that. It might be the last play of his NFL career where he gets concussed, I think.
Yes, he has.
And he starts crying because he knows it's the end.
It's over. He knew it was over.
It's like, how could you be mad at that guy?
Can't put everything. He gave everything to it.
There's certain people I'm just like, okay, what we doing? Like, what we hating on that dude? That don't even make any sense.
And then last
All right, well,
one, Cosmo says, Jesse, that glizzy, or Jesus, that glizzy is crazy.
Rob G, we got to get you to church. You didn't call Jesus Jesse.
No, he wrote it, and then he corrected it afterwards. Jesse Star Jesus.
Out of control.
That glizzy is crazy.
Please stop putting that over my picture. Can you put that over Rob's picture? Like you putting it, Elijah, you putting it up there, and the glizzy just superimposed over my face.
Stop hitting me from with the glizzy.
I mean, dang.
No, that's a little wild, actually, the more you think about it.
Out of control. But look, how you got to eat it, though. Show me how you would eat that, Rob.
Pause.
Wow.
Yeah, Raji.
What about you? What about you, Kelvin? What would you do?
Well, listen, I told you that man been eating glizzies, no buns. The least he can do, we're going to have the glizzy in the buns, okay? I ain't got 3 kids.
So how would you hold it?
No, they're not going. No, I'm not that. Hey, what we just talked about last segment? I ain't that desperate to go viral and get the clout with these. Okay, these.
Alex, how would you hold a glizzy, man?
Oh, so tenderly.
Oh, did you see him grab the microphone? Is that how you would do it?
You got to glizzy like that. You got to use 2 hands.
2 hands like this.
Okay.
And you hold the back like this.
Rob G.
Hold the back just to make sure it
you
doesn't
cannot
fall
fit that in one hand.
What?
Not even Ephraim's 11 feet tall. He cannot fit that glizzy in one hand.
No way.
Ephraim will not be participating in the gobble them, swallow them.
When was the last time you had a good glizzy?
Nah.
Okay.
But
hey, you know what the worst part about this?
We have a group chat. We got somebody in our group chat who's a glizzinator. All right,
Okay.
like it's either hot dogs or donuts. Right, donuts are round, but he wants the twist, the long
johns,
yeah,
big ass long ice cream. I'm like, bro, like what? I'm like, what is this fixation about holding the food and eating? Like, what it was, right?
The rainbow pops is crazy.
The glizzinator. We call him the glizzinator. Strikes again.
Yeah, you can't. You know what? You just can't even eat food in 2020.
Knife and fork.
So
Ephraim. Nobody was knife and fork and hot dogs our whole life.
Not then.
Last decade.
So
but now you have to.
You tell me when you get a banana, you don't peel it open.
You can't even eat a banana.
And just eat it nice and slow.
Nope, got to break it off.
What?
Dog, that's what I'm saying.
You got to peel a banana and then
break it off.
And then bite it sideways.
You can't you can't do nothing nowadays, man.
No.
Golly.
No. Nope. Sorry.
We in some wild times, bro.
Sorry, guys. You can barely drink out of a straw. All right? You can barely.
No, you really can't either. They even roasted people. You use a straw? Like, dang, I can't even use a straw.
No.
Man, I'm not about to let these people. All right, in fact, I'm about to become the anti that because at a certain point, all right, this is getting ridiculous.
All right, well.
That being said, somebody else is getting ridiculous with his statements. I can't keep up. You talk about when the wind blows, you're depending on what he'll say. That's Scottie Pippen. We'll tell you the latest with him on the other side. Right now, Ilo, you about this glizzy life?
Actually, along those lines, before I get to baseball, Sam the Eagle from Muppets fame has a comment for you guys about your discussion moments ago.
You are all weirdos.
I put myself in league with Sam the Eagles, and I mean that as a compliment, by the way.
I agree.
A lot of crazy stuff going on in Major League Baseball right now. The Philadelphia Phillies took a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 6th inning at St. Louis. Phillies pitcher Andrew Painter even had a no-hitter going for 5 1/3 innings. His no-hit bid was broken up moments ago, and so was his shutout moments ago, a 2-run single by Alec Burleson. So now it's the Phillies 3 and the Cardinals 2 with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning at St. Louis again after Philadelphia's Andrew Painter had a no-hitter going for 5 1/3 innings to begin the game. The New York Mets holding on to a 7-5 lead at Atlanta in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mets scored 5 in the top of the 1st inning, including a Brett Beatty grand slam. Francisco Lindor added his 11th home run of the season in the 3rd inning. In Toronto, the Blue Jays holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Boston Red Sox in the top half of the 8th inning. And the Minnesota Twins have a 4-1 lead over the Baltimore Orioles in the bottom half of the 7th inning. NFL media reported today that Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman Quinnen Williams has agreed to a 3-year, $106 million extension through 2030.
I've been thinking about it a lot in the shower.
And I would too if that was my money. Green Bay Packers linebacker Micah Parsons, meanwhile, said today that the most optimistic date for him to return to action would be Week 6 of the regular season against, you guessed it, his former team, those Cowboys, on Sunday Night Football at Lambeau Field. Parsons, of course, recovering from a torn ACL suffered in Week 15 of last season. And veteran quarterback Teddy Bridgewater officially announced his retirement on Instagram today, so I guess his retirement is literally IG official. Bridgewater had been slated to be the Lions' backup quarterback this season behind Jared Goff before deciding to retire. Guys, all yours.
All right, appreciate you, Arlo. Have a great night. Odd couple, Kelvin Washington Ephraim Salaam in on Magic City Monday. Hopefully everything's been good for you and yours. Again, check out the YouTube. If you get a chance, we're on there right now, streaming live. We got last call coming up here in a little bit. Rob G, Scottie Pippen, he's had more to say. Now he's going out, and he's back and forth about LeBron, because depending on what year, what month you talk to Scottie, he's going to say LeBron's the GOAT. He's going to say LeBron's second, third, fourth, fifth. Now he's got more to say.
Yeah, it depends if it was before or after The Last Dance. It'll change his whole perspective. Well, most recently, he was on the Patrick Bet-David podcast. I don't know if you heard about that one. And it was a normal conversation for the most part. And then the idea of LeBron James jumping teams to the Sixers led to a very interesting conversation. Take a listen.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron?
As a team standpoint.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron as a team standpoint?
My success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
Okay, so then if I talk to an NBA owner, by the way, this is very helpful because realize this is very helpful because for me as a fan, I've followed this. So if I speak from an NBA standpoint, owner, and I want to find an all-around player to be my number one, you think the average owner is going to pick you or LeBron?
I don't know.
Got it. Okay, so that.
You want individual accolades or you want championships? Because I didn't chase mine.
Okay.
This is my thing with Pip. I have no problem with Pip defending himself. I have no problem if he, talks about what he and the Bulls did. My only thing is a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Depending what I mean by that, Ephraim, is I'll give you an example. Charles Barkley, right now, let's say the playoffs were going on, and let's say the Spurs are playing, and they're playing some team, and they shoot 23s in the fourth quarter. What's it? I told you, man, shooting all them threes is terrible. And it's gonna that's Chuck. He's always been standing on that, right? And you got other takes that he's gonna say, right? He's not a fan of the team hopping on it. My point is, at least you know that's Chuck. With Scottie, I don't know what I'm gonna get depending on the podcast. LeBron's the GOAT because he did this and do this. LeBron ain't nothing because he did this. MJ the best because he did it. MJ wasn't nothing without me. MJ is the GOAT without me. Like, that's my only thing I don't like about it. And I hate to see kind of the older generation, the old heads, you know how it goes, start to go out bad towards the end. And Scottie's starting to go out bad where you don't want to hear from him because it's not going to be a well thought out, seemingly legitimate take. Because he's just kind of going with who I'm mad at today. Or what press clipping did I read? Or, I rewatched The Last Dance last night, so now I'm mad at Mike again. Oh, wait, me and LeBron were cool because we were hanging out at a Nike event. Or, you know what I'm saying? And that drives me crazy. If he had a stance, and this is just what I believe players who hop teams, blah, 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 blah. Or I believe individual accolades are better because blah, blah, blah. I'd be cool with it. All right, cool. For instance, Isaiah Thomas is going to the grave hating on Mike. They've been hating on each other for 30, 40 years. Dang it, you know where he is. You know when you ask Zeke something, he's going to tell you what you kind of expect it to be. Scottie, it's just fair weather. Lick your finger, stick it in the air, see what the wind going to blow. That's how he's going to feel today. And I just hate that part of it all, especially for a guy who's so decorated, who we hold in such high regard. I hate to see him going out like that.
Yeah, relevance is something.
That's a good point.
That sometimes we find ourselves chasing, and once you become the guy that they know they can get these type of sound bites from, then you'll always be plugged in, and
Dame Dash.
You may get a kick out of that, right? And so that's why you see the sharp turn in opinions, right? Because whichever way the wind is going, that's the way you want to go, or the opposite way you want to go, because you want to be sensational. You want us on a national radio show to talk about it. And so here we are talking about Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was a phenomenal player, right? Phenomenal. One of the greatest. True player who played both ends of the court, right? But Scottie Pippen's never won MVP. Scottie Pippen's never won Defensive Player of the Year, has he?
Mm-mm.
Scottie Pippen has never led a team to a championship. He's part of a championship team, an intricate part of a championship team. But if the Bulls didn't have Michael Jordan and just Scottie Pippen, would they have won a championship? Oh, we've seen that. It didn't work. Remember? Shoe up, come back. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And so, same team, mind you. MJ just playing baseball. Same team, no championship. MJ comes back, 3 in a row. So when you start comparing yourself as a great player to all-time great players, you have to be careful and you have to be cautious. Every GM on the planet Earth, every GM on Saturn, Venus, Mars, and wherever else they play basketball, and whatever galaxy they play in that we don't know, would pick LeBron James to start their team first over Scottie Pippen. That's not even a question. Scottie Pippen would pick LeBron James over himself.
Well, for sure.
Right? Scottie Pippen Jr. would pick LeBron James over his dad to start a team. Because what you know you're going to get is you're going to get 24 years of 22-plus points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for 20-plus years. Who wouldn't sign up for that? And, oh, by the way, you're going to have someone who's going to outscore any other great player who's ever played. Call it longevity or whatever you want. He's damn near about to have 40,000 points. No one's ever coming close to beating that. And that's the guy you wouldn't start your team with if you had to pick between Scottie. Like I said, great player, LeBron James, all-time great player. In my top 3 of all-time greatness. So
should be in it. Yeah, in everybody's.
But that's what it is. But everybody's got opinions. Everybody's gonna pick whatever they want. You know,
Right.
Somebody walking around like Karl Malone is in the top 3. Like whatever that is, right? Like I'm not here to argue that, because my opinion is what I look for in a superstar.
But that's my point, Ephraim, is that I've been next to you, and your point has remained the same.
Yes.
And that's what drives me crazy about Scottie, is that we all over the place.
The wind doesn't blow me.
The wind, exactly. And you're too heavy, you're too big, But I just the wind. Don't look. The wind is strong, but relax. The wind ain't that strong. We gotta have a tornado to move you around.
Damn,
but,
I don't like the way you. That's
Well, listen,
I'm into body positivity, and I don't.
You are
appreciate,
looking svelte, okay? You didn't slim down out here in these streets.
You talking?
You're looking svelte. But I just like, okay, Scottie, come on. Like, I love to think of the greats as, held them here, wise, all that stuff. Scottie, just stay away from the mic, because every time I start, you're coming down a little bit, Scottie, for me, and I don't want that. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Last call. 877-99 on Fox. Last call, your chance to get in with the Odd Couple. We'll check out some Odd Mob YouTubian comments as well. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Ephraim's in for Rob, Kelvin Washington. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio.
Mike Trout, of course, multi-time MVP, multi-time All-Star, a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame.
I can say that here now. Like,
even Rob Parker, who has the highest standards of any voter in the entire
Because
network.
I've turned in a couple of blank ballots.
Yes,
over the last
most
few
recently
years.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Trout is absolutely 1,000% a Hall of Famer. And he spoke to USA Today this week in exclusive to ask him about, hey.
Was that Nightingale?
I don't think it was Nightingale.
Okay. Oops. Sorry about
And they asked him about, like, hey, your team once again is in the cellar, once again became a seller at the deadline. Mike Trout had this to say about it. Quote, obviously, what was happening the last few years was not working. Just change it up a bit. If you look where the team is now, I think it was the right move. So Mike Trout, in no uncertain terms, comfortable being an also-ran, comfortable being at the bottom of the American League, comfortable just playing out the string.
I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know what's bad about this too, Rob G and Rob Parker? They had him in the meeting. Like, hey, he was in there sitting in the war room, if you will. Like, he should not be okay with this, with the ineptitude of the franchise. He should not be in the war room like, yeah, we really bad. Well, okay, we'll trade everybody and do this. I guess we'll be bad again another year. Like, this doesn't make any sense. It's very frustrating for a guy who's an amazing talent. And I will use the word complacent. I think he is complacent. I think he's just like, hey, I'm in L.A., but I'm not in L.A. I'm not a Dodger, right? I'm in Anaheim. I get to play. Baseball already allows, because it's such an individualistic team sport, it allows for you to be great but not have the expectations, right? If you're a great pitcher and you can be 4-8, but you can still be an all-star because we know, well, you've been great. Your team just keeps going. They can't give you run support. Or you can have 40 home runs and be 25 games, 40, 30 games under 500. Doesn't matter. You're great. It's an individualistic team sport, and we know that. So he can go do what he does, put up numbers. It's quiet in Anaheim. He's not in L.A. with the Dodgers and all the noise, and they can have no expectations because it's the Angels. And I don't like that. I want to see him. We want to see the best talents in all the sports. You had Shohei and him down there. Don't make the postseason. He's down there, and Shohei's down there. We don't even really see Shohei until he comes to the Dodgers. Now we see him. He's on big national games. He's in the postseason. He's in World Series. And he's become a spectacle and a unicorn. And the other thing that comes with that, and Rob, we talk about it, maybe this is what Kyle Tucker is dealing with. Maybe what this is other guys have dealt with. When you go to big-time places, and if he were to gone to the Phillies, where he's from, his home area, if he were to go to the Yankees or something, people will be looking at you. Alex Rodriguez was all great when he was with the Mariners and the Rangers. Then you come on over here to the Yankees, and it's expectations. Hey, we're in the postseason every year. What you going to do? You going to produce? Or you going to choke? And he choked for a while. He didn't play well for a while.
And then 2009, he did it.
Exactly. Then he got it right, and he was able to have his Yankee moment and now be endeared by the community. But my point is, I think Mike Trout is just happy. I'm under the radar. I get to just be good, but don't have to have any expectations individually and with the team. I'm already self-made, made man, meaning I'm going to the Hall of Fame. And I just wish I wasn't like that. He's getting to the age where we may not see the greatness of him anymore. I want to see it on a large platform. And I would have thought at some point he would demand a trade, and nobody would argue with him. He's played his guts out, played injured, all that. And if he wanted to go have a chance for the last few years of his career to go compete for a postseason and maybe a deep postseason run, not a single human being would be mad at that. So I'm mad that we've lost this talent. We don't get to see him on a national stage more often, and he's been wasted. I'm more mad at him, seemingly. He could tell me, Kelvin, you're wrong, but seemingly that he's complacent with his situation, and that's the part I don't like, right?
I got a word worse than that. I think he's selfish. And his talent that you talk about and the way he burst onto the scene, Kelvin, was unbelievable. They thought he might be the greatest player who ever played. That was the conversation, not how great, the greatest player who ever played. He checked every box for the analytics. The guy can field, play center field.
Athletic. Yep.
Everything. He could do everything. And I say selfish from the standpoint that you just brought up. He plays on a team that doesn't matter. He plays on the West Coast, so most people don't get to see him. Mm-hmm. Just talked about A-Rod in Seattle and whatnot until you, right? Yep. And he's so comfortable that he knows that he's made the Hall of Fame. And I haven't, he hadn't said that publicly, but I believe that. You know what I mean? That he knows it would take a miracle. He's 12 years in, Kelvin. He's just, he's 12. Not too many people are 12 years in, and this is, you're going to be a Hall of Famer.
All right, odd couple on the Magic City Monday. Kelvin Washington Ephraim Salaam. Ephraim, man, appreciate you. And for Rob today,
Of course.
Be in the next 2 days or so, right? Am I not mistaken?
Wow.
I'm here.
Yeah. So shout out to Ephraim, man. Appreciate you as always. And our guests throughout the show, Mike Hill, Jerry Harrison Jr. Appreciate the fellas joining us, giving us their insight. You can always check out the pod. If you miss any of those interviews, don't worry about it. We'll have a best of version and a full-length version right when we get off the air. So go search wherever you get your podcast. Search The Odd Couple. We'll pop up. Give us 5 stars, subscribe, review, all that good stuff, man. Greatly appreciate it as always. Rob G, what it do?
There's a question that came in on the YouTube, the Odd Mob weighing in right now. It really broke my brain. I got to get your guys' thoughts on it.
Okay.
Cosmo's Rap says, does Rob Parker use fresh singles or does he use old bills like his clothes when he's at Magic City?
I think
he uses chain.
This is tough. It's not an easy answer.
I think they're new, but I will say for as much love as he gives Magic City, and obviously they give him, anytime I hear him talking, Rob G and Ephraim, I don't feel like he's really putting them through college like we think. I think after all the hooting and hollering and hanging for hours, I think it might be a good $50.
No.
What else? Rob G,
he came to the Super Bowl with a mattress bag as a suitcase.
Yeah. Like what else he spending the money on?
That's a good point.
It ain't clothes.
I don't know, Rob G. I mean, every time I hear him, Alex, you know what I mean?
It just doesn't make sense. Like, how could a guy...
Do you hear him, Alex?
I do.
He don't be making me think, the
You know what it is, though?
era.
Rob's the type where if he wants it, he'll buy it. So remember how he bought that couple $1,000 backpack?
True.
Spent almost $1,000 on those shoes. You
True.
don't think Cinnamon might get a couple Ks?
Coming to the stage. Guys and girls, put your hands together for
No.
Sapphire.
Rob Parker's favorite, Chastity. Good luck getting that one.
You know her. You love her.
Wait a minute, Ephraim, you spend way too much time
Guys
in Atlanta.
and
You know
girls.
good well it ain't sounding like that.
Bring her to the stage.
That was some other cities. That was when you went to Jacksonville.
Put your hands together for Bambi.
Come on, Ephraim. You in Jacksonville with that one. You. That ain't how it sounded in Atlanta. Everybody, put your hands. Come on, let's go down. That's right. We in here tonight with the money. It's gonna be a little bit more like that.
See, I think that Dub. I think where you're missing the point here is that he got 50 mentees in there for a reason, so that they can tip, and he can just kind of partake in it.
Oh, for sure. He's gonna get on the mic. He's gonna stop everybody.
That's smart.
And let someone else do all the tipping.
Now here's a real question, y'all. Does he bring up him being inducted into the Negro League Hall of Fame?
Of course.
For sure.
Of course.
The jacket he's wearing is already stitched into the sleeve.
All the girls will be wearing Negro League cut off jerseys.
So tell me
With
more
heels.
about Satchel Paige.
MLB bro tassels.
Oh, let me tell
Come
you
here,
about
Boo
Josh
Bala.
Gibson.
You want to hear
Oh,
about
man.
MLB, bro?
Oh, why, Daddy?
Oh, it's 'cause
you need to know.
Come sit here on
Hey,
Daddy's
I'm out.
lap.
Y'all have a great rest of the week. Rob G.
Stay out
Make
the
good
club,
choices.
man.
Alex.
Don't go
good
down there and
choices.
get in the club, man.
Don't
Stay
do
out
it,
the
Kay.
club.
Nah. Mom's step pops and sister will be down there. I'll be good, man. I'm gonna have a good
Yeah,
time.
all right.
And if you don't listen to The Odd Couple tomorrow, this is for you.
You got a tissue for me?